Jason Rose is the president CEO of AccuRite Tax and Financial Services. They have document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
I think it's very accurate to call it a partnership because it's more of a relationship that you build up over time.
And your practice has had document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems for years.
Yep, they know what you need, they know how to help, they're able to provide suggestions on future improvements or changes.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed business technology company. Here for you today, helping you plan for the future.
It's a great deal. James Imaging is the real deal.
And Jason, the bottom line for your practice?
Keep us up and running, especially during tax season.
Keep your business up and running with document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Eric Bilstead. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, September 22nd. Your top story, a vote to close.
I'm Mike Spalding. The 2020 election rears its head again.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and things moving along pretty well so far. Not seeing too many delays for typical Friday morning, so nothing major to slow you down. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
It's a chance for some spotty showers today, otherwise becoming partly cloudy. Humid today, a high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63 for your Friday night lights. Right now in Milwaukee, 70 at 6 o'clock. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a gas station on Milwaukee's north side where a man was shot and killed earlier this year could now close for good. TMJ4's Miriam McCarr.
After 35 days of spending day and night outside of this gas station, the family of Isaiah Allen say the first step in getting justice for their loved one is done.
I feel like our hard work didn't go unanswered.
The family has been advocating to get the Roosevelt and Teutonia gas station shut down for good after Allen was shot and killed by a security guard there for allegedly stealing snacks. On Thursday, the City of Milwaukee's licensing committee voting unanimously to revoke licensing.
In a statement, an attorney representing the owner of the gas station said they have challenged the city's closure efforts. Now, the full Milwaukee Common Council will vote on the matter next month.
The man who seriously injured a person after striking them with an SUV along Brady Street earlier this month has now been criminally charged. 30-year-old Marvin Thomas charged with hit and run while knowingly operating a motor vehicle with a revoked license. Police say that Thomas admitted to striking the victim before driving off. That person was hospitalized with a lacerated liver along with broken ribs and a left wrist fracture. Thomas's two charges do carry a maximum sentence of about 2 decades behind bars.
5 Republican members of the state assembly are releasing articles of impeachment against Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf.
15 articles have been laid before Wolf, with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting many contain accusations that have been debunked or are based on decisions made by the bipartisan panel of commissioners who oversee her. The proposal comes a week after Republicans in the state Senate voted to fire Wolf from her job in a move that is being challenged by both Wolf and Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul. In a statement, Wolf says the claims in the resolution have been thoroughly examined and have shown that Wisconsin's elections are run with integrity. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
And it may soon become more expensive to send your child to daycare. According to a new survey by Forward Analytics, 9 out of 10 child care centers in the state of Wisconsin say they plan to raise prices as a federally funded program called Child Care Counts is set to expire next year. Governor Evers has advocated that the state continue the program on its own. However, Republican lawmakers have argued that taxpayers should not need to subsidize child care and have also offered up a set of their own alternative options. Forward Analytics finding that the cost of sending a baby to a child care center per year is about $3,000 more than annual tuition at UW-Madison.
The picket line could grow starting today. The UAW strike against the big 3 automakers could expand beyond 3 plants if a contract agreement is not reached by noon today. CBS correspondent Jared Hill.
For a week now, nearly 13,000 UAW workers have been striking at 3 plants in the Midwest, pushing for better pay to match inflation as profits from the big 3 have soared.
Record profits year after year that you tout. Record profits year after year that we read in the news. but we don't get record contracts.
If a deal isn't reached, more than 3,000 additional workers could begin walking the picket lines today.
Coming up, succession in real life.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
Doesn't it seem like you never have anything to wear? That's why I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Whether it's a designer top, jeans, an adorable skirt, or cute accessories, I always seem to find something I like. And at prices I love. Gently used women's clothing and accessories for far less than you thought possible. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
If you could spend 1 month anywhere, where would you go?
Easy. I'd go to bed. Specifically, a new Tempur-Pedic from Hasselus Mattress.
Why?
Because I can take 60 months to pay for it. Through Monday, get 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card.
Hang on.
What are you doing?
Searching for a travel agent to book a month-long vacation at Hasselus Mattress.
Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up, and we're getting ready. This is a great way to get involved in the community and support the 120,000 Wisconsinites living with Alzheimer's and other dementia, and the 191,000 caregivers. Learn more about the event and register your team at alz.org/walk. Join us at the Racine and Kenosha Walk to End Alzheimer's on September 23rd.
You don't need to move up north to feel like you live up north. Trees on the Move has an evergreen sale on now. Save on 5 to 12-foot Black Hills spruce, Serbian spruce, Norway spruce, white pine, and more. Add to your landscape with 20 to 30-foot maples, elms, oaks, honey locust, arborvitae, junipers, and more. Trees on the Move has to clear 40 acres, and this is your chance to buy big and save big. Save up to 75% at Trees on the Move's evergreen sale, Monday through Friday from 8 to 4, Saturday 9 to 4, or see treesonthemove.com.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:06.
Your Milwaukee Brewers could clinch the NL Central tonight. More details at 6:15.
A major announcement expected from President Joe Biden today regarding plans to combat gun violence.
The first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention will be overseen by Vice President Kamala Harris. It's expected to streamline the government's efforts to reduce gun violence and make sure executive orders and new gun laws are properly implemented. President Biden is expected to make that announcement in the Rose Garden with law enforcement, survivors of gun violence, lawmakers, as well as some individuals that Biden met with as he mourned shootings from Parkland to Uvalde. Lionel Moise, ABC News.
The surge at the southern border of the United States appears to be getting worse. New figures this morning show migrant crossings at the U.S. border are now approaching the record levels seen back in May. Now, Border Patrol says nearly 9,000 migrants crossed the southern border this past Wednesday alone. The White House sending another 800 troops there to help with processing.
One of the most prominent, media moguls in the world is calling it a career. Rupert Murdoch announcing plans to step down as head of Fox News Corp.
He may be 92 and is handing off the reins to one of his sons, but his former Murdoch editor, Mark Day in Sydney, says
he's announced that he's standing back, but in the same breath saying, well, I'm still here. And, if you follow the career of Rupert over the years, very unlikely that he'll take his hands off the tiller entirely.
The plan is for eldest son Lachlan to head the media firms, while Rupert Murdoch will become chairman emeritus. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
I'm trying to think of what media mogul leader like a Murdoch has had a bigger impact than him.
I'm sure this is like prisoner of the moment a little bit, but I was kind of thinking the same exact thing driving in this morning. I can't come up with one. I mean, no matter how you feel about the guy, he started a media empire out of nothing.
Right, yeah.
When there were already three major... I mean, this was pre-CNN rise to the top. I
found a lane, found a strategy, and went 80 miles per hour down that lane.
And, honestly, nothing against, the Huffington Post. But this isn't the Huffington Post. This is, the most watched television channels routinely in the country, which is, again, depending how you feel about the guy, but frankly amazing being able to build something from the ground up like that.
6:09.
So if our mom was looking for a new sofa, what are the top things that you would recommend that she look for in a new sofa?
Ben and Arvid from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Kid and pet friendly fabrics. Sure. Eliminate spill problems, clean it up.
I would say quality foam and made in the USA. We make fantastic sofas in the United States. We always have and we always will. It's an easy way to sort poor quality from good quality.
See more at pennymustard.com.
Did I mention quality foam?
I think you did.
Okay, good.
That's an important one.
That's very important to me anyway. And it would be to mom.
Losing sleep lately? The job, the house, the headlines, or investments? How about the feeling your investment partner isn't a partner at all? They might be operating in someone's best interest, but that someone isn't you. It's time for Annex Wealth Management. It's easy. Head to annexwealth.com, click the Get Started button. We work in your best interest as a fiduciary. That commitment runs so deep, we put it in writing. Does your advisor do that? Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Start at annexwealth.com.
Traffic and weather at 6:10. Well, happy Friday to you, Debbie Lazaga.
Happy Friday, Eric. Everything is looking really good right now. Light volume around the area and full freeway speeds, and so everything is looking great. But if you happen to see something we should know about, give us a call on WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329 and visit Hall Mazda to support their Drive Out Cancer event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast for today, a chance for some spotty showers early in the day, otherwise becoming partly cloudy. Still feeling humid with highs in the mid-70s. We'll hold on to the clouds overnight as lows dip back into the lower 60s. Partly cloudy for our Saturday. A slight chance for a few showers far west of Milwaukee. Highs around 75 degrees. Partly cloudy and less humid for Sunday. A high of 71. A mix of sun and clouds for Monday. Highs near 70. And a slight chance for showers. Arrives by Tuesday. Partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now in Milwaukee, 70 at 6:11.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. In for Vince Petrano, here's Eric Bilstad.
Good Friday morning to you at 6:11. Vince is back Monday. Mike Spalding sitting in studio today. Thank you, Mike, for being here. Debbie Lazaga has your roads. Brandon Snide, usually at the sports desk, is now in the producing desk. Greg Pancake Hill having the day off. So everyone kind of moving around a little bit today. So thank you for doing all of that. So one of the big stories of today will be the emergency meeting. An emergency meeting will take place in Franklin between the mayor, some of the alder people, and the Rock management. Of course, the Rock is a facility that has the milkmen. It has all those baseball fields. You can ski there in the winter months. They also had the Tacos and Tequila event this past weekend.
Concerts, apparently.
Yes. So anyway, a lot of people have been frustrated with the inconsistencies of the sound ordinances and how many decibels and decibel limits can be passed by the Rock when it has some of these events. So now they're just, essentially, they're going to talk today. We'll find out if they can come up with some kind of common ground or figure out a way to maybe mitigate some of the sound. Mitigating isn't impossible, but it's certainly not necessarily easy to do either. The Rock complex there in Franklin has a lot going on. Other than when it has games and has people using the baseball fields, they also have that new golf facility there. So lots of people are in that thing, and that's got the lights flashing and the music playing too. So there's always an event there. The Rock has been very successful. It's done very well. You know, you root for developments like that. But obviously there's been some frustration, especially after what happened last weekend with Tacos and Tequila. Not only the event itself, but the audio and the sound and the noise that it created.
Well, you know, it's a quiet-ish part of the community over in that area. I mean, you're kind of not in the middle of nowhere, but it is a little bit more rural when you're talking about the communities around Milwaukee, in Franklin. And I don't think it helps them that they're on top of a hill either. Like there's, you know, I know there's mitigation efforts, but when you look at it, you're just looking up, and so that sound just carries all over the place.
There's something to that.
And they do a lot of concerts there. Like it is a very active place. You mentioned the golf. There's a bunch of restaurants and stuff like that. It's a very bustling area, which I'm sure is a change over 5 years ago when there was nothing out there.
So I would anticipate that both sides want to figure out a plan. Both sides want to see this work. Both sides want to be good neighbors and whatnot. So today's the day they will meet. We'll find out what happens there if they can come up with a plan.
Are they just going to, can you just turn it down like one notch?
Just one decimal
The city
point.
says, can you turn it down 5? Mike Zimmerman comes back, says, we'll turn it down 1. They meet somewhere in the middle,
maybe
3.5.
two
Yeah,
and a half.
yeah.
Okay. 6:14, we have sports next, and holy cow, Brewers fans, today could be the day.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek telling you about the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. It's the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. It's a state-of-the-art facility providing doggy daycare, boarding, and professional grooming services all on site. Hang out with your dog or without and enjoy time at their indoor-outdoor tavern connected to the dog park. Fun, happy, clean, and safe. They even have trained handlers on site at all times. Visit thehoundsandtap.com for more details. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. I've had chiropractic care on and off my entire adult life. I can tell you Dr. Alex and his team at Connect Chiropractic do it different. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. At Connect Chiropractic, they use a special tool for adjustments focused on restoring nerve and muscle function. It's not just making your neck and back feel better, although mine already do. Connect Chiropractic can help with headaches, sciatica, vertigo, and more. Schedule an appointment now at goconnectchiro.com. Tell them Vinny sent you. goconnectchiro.com.
Ask your advisor, are you 100% fee only for 100% of your clients 100% of the time? If they answer no, get a second opinion.
Financial strategies, what's the way to build your wealth?
FinancialStrategiesInc.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Milwaukee Brewers could clinch the NL Central as soon as tonight. The magic number is now down to 2. The Brewers beat the Cardinals Thursday afternoon. The Cubs have decided their season's already over. They just decided to stop playing. They fell to the Pirates again last night, which means any combinations of wins by the Crew, losses by the Cubs will move that magic number down to 0. So potentially, here's what could happen today. The Cubs play this afternoon at Wrigley. They play the Rockies. And unless something changes, they'll lose that game. So if the Northsiders do lose this afternoon, that would mean the Brewers could clinch tonight when they are in Miami. They play the Marlins for a 3-game series. The Marlins, by the way, still playing for something. They're trying to sneak into that wild card, so it should be a series. So it could take place tonight, but don't tell that to Matt Arnold, the general manager of your Milwaukee Brewers.
The ability to get in the playoffs is really, really hard, and I think if we're fortunate to do that, I think we'll acknowledge it, but that's not our end goal here. Our end goal is to try to win a World Series.
Now, technically, if the Brewers win and the Cubs win, the Brewers still clinch to get in. Like, one win will get them into the postseason. Of course, the division title is what we're looking at right now. The magic number is at 2. Corbin Burns on the mound for the Crew. First pitch around 5:40. Pregame at 5:05. You can hear that right here on WTMJ. By the way, for your planning purposes, we're not there yet, but obviously this is something you can plan for. It's most likely that the Brewers will host a 3-game wild card series at AmFam Field October 3rd through the 5th. So that'll be Tuesday through Thursday in a couple of weeks. That is highly likely. It's not officially done yet, but that will likely be 3 games October 3rd through the 5th. Single game tickets for those wild card games at AmFam Field begin going on sale today. So 10 a.m. starting today. So if you're interested. And what we're being told is, Mike, that likely, we don't know for sure, but if and when that does happen, they could be day games. Those 3 days.
That's probably what we're looking at. Maybe like a late afternoon game, but if it's Brewers, Diamondbacks, that's probably likely. Now, right. Brewers Cubs, maybe we're.
Ooh, we could bump that one. I don't think anyone wants to play the Cubs. Let those guys go out.
I think the Cubs want to play right now.
They already packed their bags. They're already back in Arizona hanging out. The Lambeau Field home opener is Sunday for the Green Bay Packers. Packers and Saints kick off at noon. Running back Aaron Jones did practice on Thursday, so that's a good sign. You may recall he sat out last week's game because of a hamstring. Now, the news not so good for receiver Christian Watson. He sat out Thursday again because of a hamstring. And offensive lineman Elton Jenkins, David Bakhtiari, both of them dealing with knees, so both of them have been out as well. Badgers play tonight. How about this? The Badger football team returns to the field tonight, 6 p.m. kickoff on a Friday against Purdue. Wisconsin 2-1, so hoping to start the Big Ten Conference schedule here with a win over the Boilermakers. 6:18, one of the most amazing things in human history will take place this weekend. That's next.
We're building something in Milwaukee, and this year is going to be one hell of a monster.
It's alive! This is
This is the Hunt for Brew October on WTMJ, presented by Network Health, Delta Dental, and Annex Wealth Management.
Looking to do something new with your savings? Get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.15% annual percentage yield. Whatever you're saving for, Old National is here to put your money to work today. Earn 5.15% APY with our 9-month introductory money market offer valid through September 30th, 2023. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 out on deposit at Old National as of July 31st, 2023 within 15 days of account opening. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
Hey, it's Friday. Get out of your kitchen for a great fish fry at the amazing Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Murkier here. I love the Mine Chef fish fry. The cod is all you can eat. It's just $9.99. Don't spend $16 to $20 on a fish fry. At $9.99, the Mine Chef is the best fish fry value in the state. All desserts are buy one, get one free, and the kids' menu starts at $3.99. Your kids can safely play in the world-class game room while you finish up that fish fry. Saturday, the prime rib dinner is under $25. And the Sunday brunch is all you can eat and just $14.99, the best brunch value anywhere. Kids and grandkids under 3, they always eat for free. The super affordable Mine Chef restaurant on Main Street in beautiful downtown Hartford and right off the interstate in Oshkosh. It's easy access, plenty of free parking. Reserve your table for that $9.99 all-you-can-eat codfish fry today and the fabulous Sunday brunch. It's minechefrestaurant.com. Minechefrestaurant.com. It is the amazing Mine Chef.
Quality doesn't cost more at Sendix. This week, premium frozen cod loins are just $5.99 per pound. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
6:21. So far, so good, Debbie Leska?
So far, so good. Pretty typical Friday morning. Not much by way of volume or incidents up on the board, so we are actually in good shape. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Becoming partly cloudy today. There is a chance for some spotty showers. Right now, though, the radar pretty much clear. Humid today, a high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. For your weekend, partly cloudy for your Saturday, a high of 75. There is a slight chance for rain in the morning to the west. Sunday, partly cloudy, less humid, a high of 71. Monday, a high of 70. Tuesday, a high of 70. Right now in Milwaukee, 70 degrees at 6:21. Wisconsin's Morning News with Vince Vitrano. Vince is back Monday. Eric Bilstead along with Mike Spalding. So one of the most amazing feats in human history is taking place this weekend, I'm telling you. I would argue it's one of the most incredible things to happen of all time, but especially at least this century so far. We are going to send back asteroid dust. It happens on Sunday. We've been telling you about this. OSIRIS-REx, it's a spacecraft that we first launched back in 2016. It sat and orbited around an asteroid for 2 years, before finally landing on this malleable planet. It was like landing on one of those ballrooms when you go to like Chuck E. Cheese and you jump in the balls like those little kids jump in. It's like landing on that, so a very malleable surface. It was able to grab some content from said asteroid. Now it's flying back, and it's going to send that capsule containing 8 ounces of asteroid rock and soil from space back to Utah this Sunday.
What could possibly go wrong?
And Debbie thinks the world's going to end. She thinks there's going to be some kind of
something's going to mutate.
Alien virus. Something crazy like that. See, I think it's going to be super cool. I think the idea behind this only means we can do more and more of this type of stuff in the future. Here's the best part. This isn't it for OSIRIS. It's going to send all of that information, those 8 ounces of rock, back to us here on Earth, and then it's going to go, okay, you know what, I'll go check out another asteroid. So it's going to fly to another asteroid and check out Apophis, I think it's called, and maybe land there in 5 or 6 years.
It has that much fuel? That's amazing, man.
Isn't that great?
That is pretty cool.
I would contend, other than air conditioning, this is one of the most amazing things humans have ever been able to accomplish. And it's going to happen this weekend. So we'll see how this goes. We'll get you an update on Monday. But
if we're still here.
If we have not been taken over by some alien virus that is going to open up in Utah. But what this is supposed to do, by the way, Debbie, is that studying this sample is supposed to, according to NASA, help scientists understand what details about the origins of our solar system. Here's the thing. Our folks that work at NASA are so smart as it is, they probably already know what's in the capsule. They probably
are pretty brilliant.
Right? I'm sure their hypothesis of the geological remnants that they look at will, you know what, it's probably a lot of ore and some other old rock. Like, they probably already know what most of this is anyway.
Most of it, though. I'm with Debbie.
Yeah.
I think. They know what's in there, and they're nervous.
They're not telling us. You
some
think they
weird
tell us? They wouldn't tell us?
Yeah, some weird symbiote is in there.
So we should be concerned that they're doing this in the deserts of Utah?
I'm just saying we should have our minds open to the fact that in 48 hours from now, we might know something that we weren't prepared to know about the universe.
Humans of Earth are ready to move on to the next evolutionary step, whether we like it or not, I guess.
So pretty cool. This is what I enjoy about this type of stuff is just the mass of people that have to work together to make this happen. You want to talk about a team of people with all different brilliant intelligences, if that's a word, coming together to be able to pull something off like this. So kudos to you, NASA. Kudos. All right. News about your money now, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Let's check what the futures are looking like right now on Wall Street. Of course, they don't open up here for another couple of hours, but right now futures are looking good. Everything in the green. The Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P all in the black or the green as we count down toward the opening of the bell here for a Friday. It's time for the Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Planning Review. They'll review, assess, and provide strategies you can use. Go to annexwealth.com/taxsmart. 6:26, we got your headlines here at the bottom of the hour, plus your national anthem next.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 11 to 13.7 ounce or 12 count selected varieties Kellogg's Club Crackers or Pop-Tarts, 2 for $7. 2-liter bottles selected varieties Super Chill Soda, 4 for $5. 64-ounce bottles selected varieties Old Orchard Juice, 2 for $4. 6 count selected varieties Outshine Bars, $3.99.
Let's see, spices, cardamom, hibiscus powder. It's like looking at Green Bay's roster right now. I don't recognize it, but I'll learn to love it.
Attention Century shoppers. You're going to love this opportunity. Win 2 tickets to see Green Bay play Kansas City on December 3rd, autographed Packers footballs, or 4 packs of Hall of Fame tickets.
I'd love to see Green Bay's new QB in action and win those tickets. What do I do?
Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
Love it. Getting the Century code on Insta right now.
Ends November 14th.
Are you young, hardworking, and sick of living in an overpriced apartment? Or worse yet, your parents' basement? Are you tired of wishing you lived in a bigger place with a backyard for your kids to play? Are you sick of making offers on homes just to watch them slip away? If so, you need to call Speaker Robin Voss at 1-800-362-9472 and thank him for supporting the workforce and senior housing bill package, because help is on the way. In July, $525 million in funding for workforce and senior housing was signed into law, and Speaker Robin Voss's support helped make that happen. These laws will make a difference in putting Wisconsin's housing crisis behind us, developing new housing that Wisconsin's workforce can afford. It's time to thank Speaker Robin Voss. Just like you, everyone wants a backyard too. Paid for by the Wisconsin Realtors Advocacy Fund.
Earn points every time you shop with Fleet Rewards. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Sign up today and start saving with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Time now is 6:28. It's time for your national anthem, sponsored and powered by Winnegar Compressor. It's Putting the I Can in American.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
At 6:30, I'm Mike Spalding. Your top story: between a rock and a loud place.
I'm Debbie Lazico. We've got a pretty good ride shaping up so far this morning. No major delays around the area. No incidents up on the board either. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Chance for some spotty showers today, becoming partly cloudy and humid this afternoon, a high about 75 degrees. Overnight tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, chance of a morning shower, mainly west, a high of 75 degrees. We get the latest now from ABC News.
Ahead in the United Auto Workers strike, UAW Union President Shawn Fain expected to announce more plants could see workers walk off the job across the country if talks with the automakers don't improve. Don Villar is a union leader in Chicago.
You guys are leading the movement right now, and it is inspiring. And it is so motivating, man, when I see a union member being interviewed either in Toledo or Detroit or wherever. Woo! Whoa, yeah, right? It is inspiring.
The workers want better pay, more benefits for new hires, and a 4-day work week. The automakers say they're financially strapped as they build more electric cars. A government shutdown could be just days away. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy failing to get a spending deal done in Congress with an end-of-the-month deadline looming. And outside New York City, a deadly bus crash involving students and staff headed to band camp. 2 adult women chaperones killed yesterday, 5 others in critical condition, believed to be students from Farmingdale High on Long Island. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
And citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:31. So how much is too much? The mayor of Franklin, members of the Common Council there, and the owner of the Rock Sports Complex will attempt to hash that all out today. This after the Rock has been subjected to some noise complaints from people living near there who say they can hear noise. It carries from the facility across the community. TMJ4's Tom Durian.
Michael Zimmerman gave us a statement yesterday saying they were cautious to make changes until a study looking into the issue was finished. But now that that study is complete, they will work with community leaders on recommended changes. Now, this comes after County Supervisor Patty Logsdon drafted a resolution urging the county to take action against the noise complaints or possibly suing for damages. Neighbors say they clearly hear the speakers from as far as 2 miles away.
A special meeting again will be held between the two sides later today. Republican state legislators are attempting to impeach Wisconsin Election Commissioner Megan Wolf in a petition being circulated by lawmakers. Wolf being accused of, quote, corrupt conduct in office or for crimes and misdemeanors. Many of those allegations are related to the 2020 presidential election. The impeachment papers are being circulated a week after the state Senate voted to fire Wolf as head of the Oversight Committee. In a statement, she called those allegations of misconduct, quote, irresponsible and not based in fact. The state of education in the Badger State is a hot topic at the Capitol.
Wisconsin State Superintendent Dr. Jill Underly spoke to diversity and inclusion in public schools.
Visit any classroom. They are the most diverse communities in our state. It's a function of their age group and our inclusive public education system.
Dr. Underly said safety and acceptance should not be political or controversial.
Also, it bears remembering that the safety of all kids is a requisite for every kid, and creating safety for LGBTQ+ kids is not controversial. It's the bare minimum.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And we're a long way from the finish line. However, some significant progress is being made in treating Alzheimer's.
Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association's Wisconsin chapter, David Grams, tells WTMJ now a new drug just approved in July by the FDA is the first.
It actually treats the underlying biology of Alzheimer's. This is a moment decades in the making.
The drug will be covered by Medicare, but Grams says early diagnosis is still key to treatment.
Changes in memory, changes in thinking, or even behavior are all cases where if it's disrupting daily life, really we advise people to talk with your doctor about it.
Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Coming up, they're close, but the ending hasn't been written just yet.
Traffic is brought to you by Crest Cadillac. Find them at crestcadillac.com. Crest Cadillac of Brookfield, located on Capitol Drive, just west of Interstate 41. Discover Crest Cadillac at crestcadillac.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. My house is beautiful. It's been transformed. My wife is happy. Wisconsin Granite Design has one-of-a-kind custom slabs to choose from. They've got it all. Granite, quartz, marble. One of the largest showrooms in the Midwest. 2 to 3 weeks. That's the process from beginning to end. They did the work in our house. It was easy. They were there on time. They cleaned up, and we've got the best-looking granite in the neighborhood. Almost 80 years of experience. It's Wisconsin Granite Design. WisconsinGraniteDesign.com. A locally owned, woman-owned business. Wisconsin Granite Design.
Hey, Sandy Max of WTMJ here. I've been telling you all summer about my friends at 3 Pillars. They are Wisconsin's top-rated continuing care retirement community, and they're located in a gorgeous nature-filled spot in the village of Dousman, smack dab in the middle of Lake Country. Continuing care means every facet: independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, and rehab. That means whatever you need, 3 Pillars is the best. And you deserve the best in your retirement. Learn more at 3pillars.org.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hassleus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
No questions. I know your game, mattress boy.
What?
I ask one teensy question, and you pounce and pressure me to buy a mattress you want me to buy, not one that I need to buy.
But
you salespeople are all alike. What are you looking for? Do you like your mattress soft or firm? I don't know!
Well,
Just back off, man!
Hassleus mattress showrooms are employee-free.
So I can
try and buy with no pushy sales guy.
Which means
way low prices on Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, and Serta Perfect Sleeper.
And
now through Monday, we'll give you an additional $200 off in instant savings.
$200 off.
Beauty Rest, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Sealy Posturepedic.
No commission crazy salespeople?
Plus free next day delivery.
Okay then, I do have a question.
Shoot.
Where have you been my whole life?
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at hassleus.com.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
Guys, the magic number is 2. The Brewers could clinch the NL Central tonight. More details coming up at 6:45. Got to get you an update on the striking writers and the studios in Hollywood. They are talking, and apparently they're close.
The rumors were flying fast and furious Thursday. A deal is close, could happen in hours, but that never materialized. What we do know is that the WGA and the studios, represented by the AMPTP, talked for hours Thursday into the evening. And for a second day, the talks included the heads of Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, and NBC Universal. We also know that talks will continue Friday, the longest stretch of in-person negotiations since the strike started in May.
So we're about a week away from this being the longest strike in history for the writers. That was ABC's Jason Nathanson. The union also telling writers to get to the picket lines today.
This is us saying the deal's not right yet.
Actress and writer Justine Bateman there. The other big story coming from this is that the celebs might be taking off their dancing shoes. ABC putting plans in place to possibly postpone next week's season debut of Dancing with the Stars. What series is this? Dancing with the Stars 57?
It's like
been a lot of these.
It is like season 20-something. It's only been on for like 15 years, though. I don't know.
So they were picketing the rehearsals because, and we actually have one contestant now, Matt Walsh, who's an actor from Veep, said he won't participate while the strike's ongoing. That's because this show is covered by the WGA contract. It has a writer. So because of that, they are pushing for it to be postponed. Has yet to be determined yet if they will, but ABC making plans to possibly hold off on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, that's strange, too, because aren't like reality TV shows most of the time exempt from the strike because they... No. I know it's murky. I know Drew Barrymore just caught a bunch of heat from
typically there's
show. Yeah,
someone writing or two people at least writing something there, so that's why some of those shows are a little murky when it comes to that. The good news about this is that with the heads of all of these big studios there, the Netflixes, the Warner Brothers, the Discovery, Disney, these guys are busy. These heads of studios have other things to do. So the fact that they're all in the same room together would indicate that this could be close to being finished.
And it's also promising, too, and you have to think that they're also getting nervous because, there's a cachet of stuff that we can watch over the summer, but having to postpone major movies and not having them be able to advertise, I can't imagine the margins are extra wide as far as profits go. So you got to think that the studios are also starting to kind of feel a little bit of heat as well.
6:39.
Back to school time is here, and Griffin's Back to School Service Special is here to help. For only $129.95, we'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, and give it a complete multi-point inspection. Plus, we'll make sure your AC is running smoothly and replace your wiper blades. Griffin, making car maintenance easy. Visit one of Griffin's 5 dealerships today.
Is there anything sweeter than the crisp sound of a driver when it connects purely with the ball? Many golfers evaluate the quality of their shot by the sound it makes. You may feel the same about your financial plan. Something doesn't seem, look, or sound right. Think of Annex Wealth Management as financial swing doctors. We'll give you the truly objective analysis that comes from a fee-only fiduciary with no products to push or commissions to chase. If you need help, talk to our pros. Get started at annexwealth.com.
Attention taxpayers, ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately, helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlawn's Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlawns.com when you're due for service.
Something you've gotten used to seeing at the Milwaukee County Zoo will be no longer, Debbie Lazga. That story.
I have to go.
Yeah?
I have to go. I've
Gotta
never
get back
actually
there?
seen it. Yeah.
All right, well, you got 2 months.
So, yeah. Okay.
We'll tell you about it right after the traffic and weather here.
All right. Well, we've got actually a pretty good ride shaping up. It's pretty quiet around the area. Light volume. It's your typical Friday morning with nothing going on, so we're in good shape. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a chance for some spotty showers early in the day, otherwise becoming partly cloudy. Still feeling humid with highs in the mid-70s. We'll hold on to the clouds overnight as lows dip back into the lower 60s. Partly cloudy for our Saturday. A slight chance for a few showers far west of Milwaukee. Highs around 75 degrees. Partly cloudy and less humid for Sunday. A high of 71. A mix of sun and clouds for Monday. Highs near 70. And a slight chance for showers. Rise by Tuesday. Partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now in Milwaukee, 70 degrees at 6:43. Yeah, partnership that has lasted more than 30 years coming to an end at the Milwaukee County Zoo. The nonprofit Ocean Connections is going to be leaving the zoo. They're the ones that have the harbor seals.
We spent 32 years educating generations about marine mammals, our footprint, the impact that you have on their future. And so to say goodbye to all of that, it's devastating.
That is Ocean Connections founder Shelley Ballman talking to TMJ4 News. Yeah, she started Oceans of Fun back in 1991 at the zoo. Then it turned into Oceans Connections in 2018. The facility currently home to 2 seal lions and 2 harbor seals. Their names Diego, Reese, Satura, and Scooter. So yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done, and it's too much for the zoo to handle. Ballman not happy about it.
Unfortunately, the zoo did not prioritize this. They did not allocate money towards it, and without the allocation, we can't continue to keep marine mammals here.
So the zoo telling TMJ4 News that the expense to the pool and to the facility would be far more than the zoo can accommodate. So that footprint will disappear. That's that pool area. When you first come in, it'd be north there on the northeast side of the zoo, I believe. That will disappear here in December. So December 3rd will be the last day. Meanwhile, other news coming from the zoo. Here come the rhinos. New rhino exhibit has been approved, so that will bring rhinos back to the zoo for the first time since pre-pandemic. So changes to the Milwaukee County Zoo. 6:44, your Milwaukee Brewers win tonight, and they're in the playoffs. And something else could happen today that could help them clinch the NL Central tonight. That story in a minute.
Hi, I'm Tom Hignite. Home shopping, home building, architecture loving. You may not be hearing my voice again for a while, so hear this. Because I've designed and built over 2,500 artistic homes of all sizes, shapes, and budgets, from Kenosha to Fond du Lac, from old world to ultra contemporary. I've built multi-million-dollar projects, and right now I've developed a 4-bedroom home from just $285,000 complete on your lot. But here's the sad part. This is the final weekend to see 2 of the most fun and unusual homes you will ever see now or can see this Saturday and Sunday. 12 till 4, bring your imagination for one final look at my Tomorrow Ranch and Tall House. At 830 Sky Park Drive in Hartford, I built 17 unusual Danish contemporary homes in this one exotic neighborhood. Again, 830 Sky Park Drive, Hartford. Call Jackie now, 262-628-9091. We're Miracle, a Christian-based company.
You just can't pass on Less's Glass. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
So I think we need to change the music heading into sports this morning. The magic number for the Milwaukee Brewers to clinch the NL Central is 2. 2. As you know, the Brewers beat the Cardinals Thursday afternoon. Well, the Cubs, I guess the Cubs are just throwing in the season already. They lost again. They fell to the Pirates last night. So that means the magic number is 2. So here's what could happen today. If the Brewers beat the Marlins tonight, they're in. They're in the postseason no matter what. However, if the Cubs lose this afternoon, they play the Rockies at Wrigley. If they lose this afternoon and then the Brewers go and win tonight, that would put the Brewers as your 2023 NL Central Division champions. So they could clinch the division tonight. I think no matter what, it's going to happen, but it could happen as soon as tonight. We talked to Matt Arnold about clinching. He didn't want to get into it too much yesterday when he joined us for Brewers 360, but he did have this to say about goggles.
But I don't even like the goggles. I like the sting a little bit. So
you do.
I'm good with no goggles.
He likes the sting of the champagne just a little bit, and that'll be coming soon enough. So Brewers and Marlins right here on WTMJ tonight. Early game, 5:40 start time. Pregame at 5:05 here on WTMJ. So it'll be Corbin Burns on the mound for the Crew, looking to clinch the NL Central tonight, especially if the Brewers can win tonight and the Cubs can lose this afternoon. So here's some planning news for you. So if you're a Brewers fan and interested, what will likely happen, it's not set in stone yet, but will likely happen, though, is the Brewers will play a 3-game wild card series at AmFam Field. And the dates are already set if that were to happen. It would be October 3rd through the 5th. So that's Tuesday through Thursday. Likely to be day games. They're probably not going to be primetime games, but we don't know yet. But it would be Tuesday through Thursday, October 3rd through the 5th. Single game tickets for those wild card games at AmFam Field go on sale today at 10 a.m. So they could clinch the postseason today. They could even clinch the NL Central today. And you can start buying tickets for those wild card games starting at 10 a.m.
Does it kind of excite you a little bit that there's a possibility of 3 playoff games in a row? It reminds me of like when you were a kid and it just felt like the baseball playoffs like zoomed by. They only had one day off. I love the idea of like 3 games in a row, like the excitement. You don't have like a 3-day lull.
Totally agree.
It's going to be really cool. I would love a buy round, but
Right.
I mean, this will be cool.
Take what you can get, I suppose. But you're right. And that's so not only that, are they all right in a row, but they're also going to happen. Like we know that there won't be any postponements.
No rain
no
delays,
weather issues.
no snow,
So that's
no
also,
anything.
Yes, that's also very nice. Packers open the home opener at Lambeau Field on Sunday. Packers and Saints kick off at noon. Aaron Jones back on the practice field on Thursday, so that's a good sign. He, of course, missed the last game. The running back did. Christian Watson still struggling. He was out again yesterday. He's been dealing with his hamstring to start the season. And the offensive lineman Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari also sitting out as of now. Badgers play tonight. Badger football team. Friday night game against Purdue, 6 p.m. is the kickoff. So they're 2-1. Been struggling just a bit. Athletic Director Chris McIntosh on Wilde and Tausch talking about the process for Luke Fickell, their coach, and the staff.
It's a long season, and Luke has talked about playing our best football at the end of the season, and it is a process to get there, and especially when you take a step back and consider from the player's perspective all of the change that has taken place in the last 9 months, and I think that's what makes this season a really interesting season to watch and to be a fan.
Badgers tonight, Brewers tonight, and they could clinch. The magic number is 2.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hey, Wisconsin, winter is right around the corner. Get your house ready before the cold hits. WTMJ's Jeff Wagner here for Wagner's Home Improvement Showcase, brought to you by senior real estate specialists Bruce and Jean Nemovitz, Hair Construction, Current Electric, Outdoor Living Unlimited, and Kohler Services. Join us every week to discuss ways to weatherproof your home here on News Radio 620 WTMJ. If you can't catch us live, visit Wagner's Home Improvement Showcase under Features on WTMJ.com.
I have a finicky pup. Hi, everybody. Debbie Lazaga here. And this finicky pup has a thing about going out to do his thing when it's raining. He'll do it, but he doesn't like it. Well, earlier this week when it was raining, my poor little guy had to go. Luckily, I had my brand new retractable awning out, so that meant there was a nice sheltered dry patch in my backyard. Problem solved. Now, this may sound like a little bit of a weird reason to get a retractable awning. Well, that was just the cherry on top, because what I really ended up with was extended living space that's sheltered from the rain and sun. It was super easy, too. I called 414 Awnings, and Ben and the guys from Comfort Awnings came out, measured my house. We figured out the model that I needed, and they even helped me choose the fabric and color. Installation time was just over 2 hours, and boom, I had a relaxing spot of serenity. Now's the time to call them for a free estimate. How does $250 off awnings and screens till the end of the month sound? Yeah, visit comfortawnings.com to find out more.
With Social Security, the longer you wait, the more money you may get. Deciding when to start taking your Social Security benefits is one of the most important retirement decisions you'll make. Our team of advisors at Drake & Associates can show you the options and help you decide on the best decision for you and your situation. You spent decades paying in, optimize what comes out. Our experienced team can help you squeeze every penny out of your Social Security benefits. I'd love to get you our Retirement Ready Toolkit, which includes guides such as the Social Security Decision. To receive this complimentary toolkit, call or text SS to 414-409-9982. That's calling or texting SS to 414-409-9982.
Investment advisory services provided by Drake & Associates, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products are offered through a separate company, Loft Financial Advisory Group, LLC, a Wisconsin insurance agency. Clients are under no obligation to purchase any recommended insurance products.
Traffic is sponsored by Built Right Furniture, Leather and Mattresses.
For affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses, you've got to get to Built Right today. Built Right Furniture saves you money. 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Right to the roads. It's Debbie Lazaga on a Friday.
All right. It's looking actually pretty good for the most part across the area. Starting to build up a little bit in volume on northbound 43 heading through the construction zone just south of Capitol Drive. But overall, everything seems to be moving along quite well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast sponsored by Dave Dray Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Becoming partly cloudy today. It's going to be humid, and there's a chance for some spotty showers. So far, the radar is clear. A high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Saturday, partly cloudy. There's a slight chance for rain to the west tomorrow morning. High of 75. Sunday, partly cloudy, less humid, a high of 71. Monday and Tuesday, highs of 70 degrees. Right now, it is 70 at 6:54. Running for a cause, and he's running right now. ESPN Milwaukee's and WTMJ's Brian D. is out in the elements enjoying a nice run this morning. Where are you at, Brian?
Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Wisconsin. I am along the lake just north of downtown Milwaukee. I just heard Debbie there. I got to be honest, on foot and running might be a little more efficient than 43 north or southbound has been for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. So,
yes.
Beautiful morning, burnt orange sun coming up over Lake Michigan, and I'm excited to be running for Camp One Step in a couple of weeks for the Chicago Marathon.
Right, yeah. So Brian D. is running for a cause. He's running in the marathon, and that's what you're training for right now. And you just mentioned Camp One Step. Tell us about Camp One Step. What makes it so important?
So Camp One Step has a couple of different locations all over our state. It's basically summer camp for kids that have been diagnosed with cancer, just to make them feel like kids again. Wonderful people, wonderful kids doing amazing things in our state. It takes about $1,700 to send a kid to camp, free for the summer. We've raised about $1,400 thus far. So if 26 folks out there listening right now across the state donate $10, $20, one person for each mile of the marathon, we will get to our goal by the end of the morning today and send a child that's been diagnosed with cancer this summer camp this upcoming summer.
That's fantastic news, Brian. That's a really awesome initiative that you're heading up. Hey, tell us real quickly about your training process here. I know this isn't the first time you've done something like this. Do you, when you're done with the marathon next month, are you like taking days off, or is it like a you don't got to get ready if you stay ready type situation?
I mean, it's a little bit of that, but those couple of days after the marathon, I'm just going to be a vacuum cleaner when it comes to eating, right? It'll be pizza and cheese curds and brats and beers and anything I can get my hand on. But the training process is fun. We're now in what they call the taper, so our longest runs are sort of done, and it's just about staying healthy and getting to that start line in Chicago 2 weeks from Sunday.
Brian D. running on behalf of Camp One Step. If you'd like to get more information or would like to donate a couple of bucks, just text the word RUN to the Old National Bank Talk and text line 855-616-1620. I feel like we should have you do something, Brian, like you should sing some Styx or something as you're running along the lakefront just to get other people's attention.
Yes, exactly. I can freak some people out. Hey, how are you this morning? You know, say hi to the state of Wisconsin. What's happening? You know, it's fun. Like, that's one of the beautiful parts of Milwaukee for me is there's so many folks out and about all the time, regardless of the weather, whether it's a nice late summer, early fall morning like this, or dead cold of winter. People like to enjoy the lakefront in Milwaukee and really across the state. So it makes some of the longer runs a heck of a lot more fun.
Well, and knowing you're running for a cause is pretty special, too. Brian D., thank you so much for what you're doing, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Support Camp One Step if you can, and I'll carry you every step of the way in a couple of weeks in Chicago.
Brian D. doesn't even sound like he's running. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Text the word RUN to the Old National Bank Talk and text line 855-616-1620. We'll send you all the information if you're interested in Camp One Step and the remarkable thing that it does. Right now, 6:57, time now for business headlines, and it's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
A group of business leaders called Home Crew Coalition launches ads during the baseball playoffs backing a bipartisan solution to funding American Family Field. They say it's necessary to save the Brewers. Less than a year after Haribo starts candy production in Pleasant Prairie, a company executive says they're planning a second phase expansion that would add 400 jobs. No immediate word on the timing. Elsewhere in Pleasant Prairie, Genesis Wire and Cable is being sold to a family-owned company, Southwire from Georgia. Genesis has 187 employees. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart.
In the past 70 years, there's something that has never changed.
The kitchen. Oh, it may look a little different as the decades have passed, but it's always been where family gathers for meals, memories, and more. Wisconsin Kitchen Mart has always understood that and remains dedicated to making that important space special.
With an expansive 18,000 square foot showroom filled with full-size displays featuring Play-Doh custom cabinetry, award-winning designers, plus their own in-house installation department, let Wisconsin Kitchen Mart transform your kitchen into a true gathering place.
I'm Robert Iskey, Vice President and Designer from Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. We've been remodeling kitchens and baths since 1951 and can help establish a vision for your remodel. We bring the carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and everyone else needed to make your dream kitchen a reality.
Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart on the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue and 36th Street in Milwaukee. Online at wisconsinkitchenmart.com.
Hi, it's Samantha with Heiser. The seasons are changing, and Heiser has you covered through every aspect of your vehicle's needs. Save money on new and used vehicles and get the exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes roadside assistance for life and loyalty discounts. We have certified techs for service and 2 body shops to help with any seasonal damage. So relax and be confident knowing we have you covered. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Get ready to fall into a new career at your favorite store. It's Fleet Farm's Fall Hiring Event. Work where you love to shop. Plus, get a 20% team member discount for you and your family. Stop in today for an immediate interview. There's no better time to work at your favorite store. So join the fleet today during the Fall Hiring Event. Apply at careers.fleetfarm.com.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Eric Bilstead. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, September 22nd. Your top story, stasis following a shooting.
I'm Mike Spalding, packing their bags and heading home.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Looks like we've got some delays northbound on 43 coming out of North Avenue all the way up past Keefe. The southbound side slowing at Keefe down past Locust. We've also got, for the most part, everything looking good, although volume's starting to pick up eastbound and westbound on 94. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy today, humid. There's a chance for a spotty shower, a high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 69 at 7:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a gas station on Milwaukee's north side, where a man was shot and killed by a security guard earlier this year, may never reopen. TMJ4's Marion McCarr spoke with the family of the victim, who's been petitioning for the store's closure now for weeks.
I feel like our hard work didn't go unanswered.
The family has been advocating to get the Roosevelt and Teutonia gas station shut down for good after Allen was shot and killed by a security guard there for allegedly stealing snacks.
This should have never happened.
On Thursday, the City of Milwaukee's licensing committee voting unanimously to revoke licensing. The family submitted 192 pages of over 4,000 signatures petitioning the city to close the store's doors.
Common Council will have to make a decision on this next month. Now, an attorney representing the gas station's owners released a statement arguing against the closure, calling it a hasty decision that will not decrease crime.
The man who seriously injured a pedestrian after striking them with an SUV on Brady Street earlier this month has been criminally charged. TMJ4 News reports that 30-year-old Marvin Thomas was charged with hit and run and knowingly operating a motor vehicle while operating a revoked license. Police say Thomas admitted to striking the victim before fleeing. That person was left hospitalized with a lacerated liver, among other injuries. Thomas's 2 charges do carry a maximum sentence of about 2 decades behind bars.
5 Republican members of the Wisconsin State Assembly are releasing articles of impeachment against Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf.
15 articles have been laid before Wolf, with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting many contain accusations that have been debunked or are based on decisions made by the bipartisan panel of commissioners who oversee her. The proposal comes a week after Republicans in the state Senate voted to fire Wolf from her job in a move that is being challenged by both Wolf and Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul. In a statement, Wolf says the claims in the resolution have been thoroughly examined and have shown that Wisconsin's elections are run with integrity. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
On the federal level, a major announcement is expected today from the White House regarding plans to combat gun violence.
The first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention will be overseen by Vice President Kamala Harris. It's expected to streamline the government's efforts to reduce gun violence and make sure executive orders and new gun laws are properly implemented. President Biden is expected to make that announcement in the Rose Garden with law enforcement, survivors of gun violence, lawmakers, as well as some individuals that Biden met with as he mourned shootings from Parkland to Uvalde. Lionel Moise, ABC News.
Congressional lawmakers are headed home for the weekend without a plan in place to avoid a federal government shutdown. The White House now telling federal agencies to prepare for a shutdown for an unspecified amount of time. If the shutdown does come to fruition, it would happen a week from today.
Negotiators for the UAW and the big three automakers are said to be far apart. This comes hours ahead of a noon deadline set by the union to expand the strike if no agreement's reached. CBS's Chris Van Cleves in Wayne, Michigan, says that there is already a ripple effect from the strike against 3 Midwestern plants, and the impacts of an extended and possibly expanded strike would be even deeper.
Car makers say for every U.S. auto manufacturing job, there are 10.5 other jobs created domestically. So when we talk about thousands more people walking off the job, you can see how that will ripple through the U.S. economy fairly quickly. Bloomberg identified at least 76 publicly traded companies that supply the big three. It's a $38 billion a year industry.
Auto workers are striking in the name of better pay and working conditions.
Coming up, a sweet expansion along the state line. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
Russ bought his first home in Wisconsin with a mortgage from Accunet when today's college freshmen were still in diapers. A few Friday mornings ago, Russ emailed saying he and his wife were ready to buy their forever home. And by 4 o'clock, we were all on a conference call with their real estate agent talking about what it would take to write a winning offer in today's inventory-starved market. And then it happened. They met their dream home face-to-face Saturday afternoon and wrote an offer $15,000 over asking, accompanied by an Accunet property-specific pre-approval letter that guaranteed they could make good on that offer without selling their existing home first and without requiring an appraisal. That's right, no appraisal required, which both the listing agent and seller loved. I can't promise your very first offer will be accepted like Russ and Julie's, but I will promise Accunet can help you and your agent craft the most attractive offer possible. Hey, don't settle for a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval. Get started with your rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Hey, it's 620 WTMJ's Brian Z. Football, family, back to school. Can you believe it? Fall is already upon us. You're going to be out and about this fall season. Apple picking, tailgating. Make sure you have your best smile on display. Go see my guy, Dr. James Michaels at Oconomowoc Dental Care. Whether it's a simple cleaning and exam, a more complex dental procedure, a teeth whitening and implants, Dr. Michaels and the staff at Oconomowoc Dental Care are going to take great care of you and make you as comfortable as possible while you're in the chair. How do I know? He's my dentist. He's going to take the same great care of you as he does to me. And don't stress over cash. The friendly and caring team at Oconomowoc Dental Care can help you out with a no-interest payment plan. Get those pearly whites looking right as summer turns to fall. We all have to go to the dentist, so do not put it off 1 second longer. Call his friendly and caring team today and set up an appointment. Dr. James Michaels at Oconomowoc Dental Care.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
Exciting Unlimited WTMJ News Times, 7:07.
Hey, Brewers fans, tonight could be the night. The magic number is 2. Much more coming up in sports at 7:15.
You can make that celebration even sweeter by possibly eating some gummy bears. Some news out of that world as well. Candy maker Haribo announcing plans to double the size of its plant in Pleasant Prairie. Milwaukee Business Journal reporting the second phase of plans could bring the plant to about 2 million square feet and add about 400 jobs to the facility. It's already on top of the about 400 jobs expected for the completed building It's already been producing candy.
Speaking of the Brewers, they may lease it, but taxpayers own it when it comes to the stadium. TMJ4's chief political reporter Charles Benson telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News that discussion on funding at American Family Field will likely have to go beyond the city and county of Milwaukee.
Remember, when the initial funding was needed for the stadium, it was 5 counties that participated in the 1/10 of 1% sales tax. So I think there's going to be a lot of discussion on the funding mechanism.
Now, some, like Mayor Cavalier Johnson, have pushed for a entertainment district with restaurants in the area, similar to the Deer District. Now, as of now, the Brewers say that isn't really a top priority at the moment. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Looking to do something new with your savings? Get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.15% annual percentage yield. Whatever you're saving for, Old National is here to put your money to work today. Earn 5.15% APY with our 9-month introductory money market offer valid through September 30th, 2023. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 out on deposit at Old National as of July 31st, 2023 within 15 days of account opening. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
Be proactive so you're not freezing at home this winter. Your walls are drafty. Retrofoam of southeastern Wisconsin can fill your walls with foam insulation. It's all done from the exterior of your home without any hassle or mess. The entire process only takes a day, and Retrofoam of Southeast Wisconsin offers a lifetime warranty and property protection guarantee. Retrofoam of Southeastern Wisconsin takes pride in its customer service and efficiency. Get 20% off if you call by the end of September. Just search online. Retrofoam of Southeast Wisconsin.
Traffic is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Adapt to the modern workplace. SmartSpacesWI.com.
How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Creating technology, great culture, spaces that people really want to come to, attract talent, and keep that talent.
SmartSpacesWI.com.
7:10. Happy Friday to you, Debbie Lazago.
Happy Friday, Eric. Yeah, we are looking at a relatively clear ride. Northbound on 43, as you might expect, bit backed up from North Avenue up to Keefe. The southbound side's a bit heavy through the Capitol Drive area itself. Otherwise, for the most part, everything else is looking pretty good, nice and quiet. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a chance for some spotty showers early in the day, otherwise becoming partly cloudy for our Friday. Humid out there still, highs in the mid-70s. We'll hold on to the cloud cover overnight as lows dip back into the lower 60s. Partly cloudy for our Saturday, a slight chance for a few showers far west of Milwaukee, a high of about 75 degrees. Partly cloudy and less humid for Sunday, highs in the low 70s. A mix of sun and clouds for Monday, a high of 70. And we'll look for a slight chance of showers by Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now in Milwaukee, it is 70 degrees at 7:11.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. In for Vince Petrano, here's Eric Bilstad.
Eric in for Vince. Vince is back on Monday. Mike Spalding is here. Debbie Lazago has the roads. And I should point out, should always celebrate the coworker who goes above and beyond and never seems to care that he's going above and beyond. Brandon Snide, who you hear do sports for us every morning, has slid into the producer's chair today to help out Greg Hill. And he did so last minute, and I appreciate that, Brandon, so thank you for doing that. I just think that's, not everyone would be willing to do that, and he's happy to, and it's all about the team. So just, and I know it was a late night for you, watching your kid get pummeled by...
Yeah, the game was over at halftime, so...
So I guess that was good then, maybe, for you.
Yeah, could relax a little bit, get the kids home a little early. All good.
Well, thank you, man. Hey, big weekend this weekend in Milwaukee. Doors open. Milwaukee returns. It's the annual event where many locations, more than 130 across the city, are open for people to visit. So you can walk through, you can see just into some of these locations that you can never usually get into and see. So it's pretty cool. Like the City Hall, Grafe, which is here in the 3rd Street Market Hall like us. They are opening for the first time since moving downtown. So there's just some different locations you can go to. Grace 4, I spoke with her earlier this week, also brought up some of the new places that are coming back for the first time since before the pandemic that are opening their doors.
MGIC is kind of looks like an upside-down pyramid across the street from City Hall, built by the same architects as the folks that designed the Sears Tower, formerly the Sears Tower in Chicago. And they have some really amazing art inside of the building, which you wouldn't expect. The We Energies Public Service Building, which is also in West Town near where we are now, is going to be open for the first time. They have this really beautiful Italianate marble lobby and then this really cool Art Deco atrium that you can check out.
You can see the whole list on our website. We have it on the main page there at WTMJ.com, or just text the word doors. Is that what we got? Doors. Is our keyword?
DOORS.
Plural.
Yes, plural.
And we'll send you that link. Doors to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620. One of the ones that they're going to be able to open up this year is the Milwaukee Federal Courthouse, which is super cool to go inside.
We did not talk about this beforehand, but I was going to point out the courthouse is one of the cool kind of unknown places, because usually if you're in a courtroom, it's not for a necessarily good cause. And I think in the media we get jaded because we get to go to those kinds of places a lot. But when you're walking down the streets, being able to go inside these facilities really amps it up and kind of sees why some of these buildings are so special.
Yep. Doors Open Milwaukee returns tomorrow and Sunday. 7:14, and holy cow, do we got some Brewers news for you. That's in a minute. Sports sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. Hey, drive inspired this fall, winter, and beyond in a new all-wheel drive Mazda car or crossover, or a Mazda certified pre-owned model. The SUV season sales event is on, with attractive financing and other great offers, comfortably low lease payments, and more. Make Holiday your destination to get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, and enjoy their simplified buying approach and exceptional guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. I'm one of those thousands of fans, and so is this guy.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday. What I've experienced from this team is honest and genuine care.
It's passionate fans that have earned Holiday top honors as Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer, its #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer, and the Badger State's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and online at holidaymazda.com.
It's worth the trip.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Sing it with me, Brewers fans. The magic number for the crew is 2. The Brewers could clinch the NL Central tonight. A couple of things need to happen. So the Brewers beat the Cardinals Thursday afternoon. The Cubs have decided their season's over already. They lost to the Pirates yesterday. So that means the magic number down to 2. So here's what could happen. The Cubs play this afternoon. They play the Rockies at Wrigley Field. So if the Cubs are to lose that game, and the odds appear that is likely, if the Cubs lose, then the Brewers win tonight and they have the Central, which would be unbelievable. Now, the magic number to just get into the postseason is 1. But Matt Arnold told us yesterday, Brewers Senior VP of Baseball Operations, that they have bigger fish to fry.
The ability to get in the playoffs is really, really hard, and I think if we're fortunate to do that, I think we'll acknowledge it, but that's not our end goal here. Our end goal is to try to win a World Series.
So Brewers and Marlins tonight, right here on WTMJ. It's an early game. Corbin Burns on the mound. First pitch is 5:40. Pre-game around 5:05 right here on WTMJ.
As cool as it would be to just clinch so early on, it is just nicer when you have the opportunity to clinch a division at home.
Look at you.
I'm not being cynical. I think it's going to be wrapped up here. I don't think that the Brewers are not going to be able to win at least a game in Miami. But there's just something cooler about being able to celebrate with your fans. Like the stadium's rocking, there's fireworks and stuff.
Well, the good news is that they're going to be home for sure in their first round of the wild card. So here's what's likely to happen. This isn't quite yet in stone, but it will be soon once they clinch. In the magic number's 2. So yes, we're speaking confidently. The Brewers would play host to the wild card series at American Family Field. That means 3 games. It's a best of 3. and it would be October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that's Tuesday through Thursday. Those would be home games for the first wild card series. And we don't have times yet on them, but likely the times could be midday just because of who they'd play against. It may not be a primetime game, so we don't know that yet, but that's still out there. Anyway, the reason I tell you about that first series is because single game tickets for that wild card series go on sale today at 10 a.m. We'll check in with Rick Schlesinger for Brewers 360 coming up at 7:45, get his take on all of this and his insights on all the tickets and whatnot. Moving on to the Packers, Lambeau Field home opener is Sunday. Packers and Saints, noon kickoff. Aaron Jones did practice Thursday, so it's looking good that he will play. Not so sure about receiver Christian Watson, though, who is out yet again. Also, offensive lineman Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari dealing with their knees, so they have also been out. Badgers play tonight, Friday Night Lights for your Wisconsin Badger football team. They take on Purdue at Purdue. 6 p.m. is your kickoff. 7:19.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
Time to check in with Mark Hass, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal.
There's a big need for money in Milwaukee.
Entertainment.
Matt Miller from OnMilwaukee.com.
I've had enough Aaron Rodgers to last me a lifetime.
And more.
We got a busy show today.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
Business insurance continues to get more complex. Here's Jeff Salasinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Thanks, Vince. Property insurance rates are up nearly 20%. Commercial auto insurance rates have increased for 50 straight quarters. Commercial insurance rates overall have increased for 23 straight quarters. Insurance companies are taking actions in today's market to return to profitability, aggressively raising rates, non-renewing unprofitable accounts, and even pulling out of certain classes of business. You need a knowledgeable, stable insurance partner with a team of resources to guide and protect your business through this uncertainty.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
With 48 years of stability, local family ownership, and a team of client-focused resources supporting your business, at R&R Insurance, it's all about your company's success. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Sharpen your investment and retirement strategy at the Annex Wealth Management Navigating the Markets presentation. What are the headwinds for portfolios in excess of $1 million? Will the long-awaited recession actually happen? And what can you do to calibrate your portfolio? Navigating the Markets takes place in Mequon September 26th and Brookfield October 5th. These premier events are open to everyone. Complete details and sign up at annexwealth.com/events. The American economy is at a critical juncture. What's next? Join us for Navigating the Markets from Annex Wealth Management.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Help fellow commuters. See an accident? Call the WTMJ Hall Mazda Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda to support their Drive Out Cancer event.
Ma'am, a pilot landed in my backyard. That's how the 911 call started.
Okay. Wow.
That story coming up first. Traffic and weather. Hi, Debbie.
Hey there. All right, we got delays. Southbound 43 coming in from Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive to about Burleigh. The northbound side eased up a bit. We had an earlier ramp closure with some overnight construction at North Avenue. That just got picked up, so those delays have pretty much worked themselves out. Everything else seems to be moving along pretty well. I am seeing a little bit of a backup eastbound 894 just east of 43rd Street or Loomis. For the most part, it's actually looking pretty good across the whole area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy today, humid. There are chances for spotty showers today. High of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Saturday, partly cloudy. Slight chance for rain to the west tomorrow morning. High of 75. Sunday, partly cloudy, less humid, a high of 71. Monday, a mix of sun and clouds, a high of 70. Same thing Tuesday. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 70 degrees at 7:22. Gonna go see Run Bambi Run tonight at the Milwaukee Rep.
Those are hot tickets.
Yeah. Lori Bambenik's story. Violent Femmes co-founder is writing the music for it. That's how we're celebrating our anniversary.
Is your anniversary today?
Yesterday. But yeah, we're going to see Run Down
Congratulations.
Run. Oh, thank you. 21 years and counting.
I hosted with you on your birthday earlier this year.
Yeah.
Didn't know about it. No idea your anniversary was yesterday. Congratulations. That's great.
That's okay. I couldn't tell you when your anniversary is either.
No, I know, but just I was more shocked at just like the serendipitous time that I'm here again on a day.
Imagine the next time Mike Spalding joins us in studio. Imagine getting this call if you're a 911 dispatcher.
We got a pilot in the house, and I guess he landed in my backyard, and we were trying to see if we could get a ambulance to the house, please.
I'm sorry, what happened?
I love the dispatcher at the end. Wait, excuse me? So, yes, this is that story about that F-35 jet. This is a very mysterious, odd case. F-35 jet in South Carolina that crashed last weekend. We told you about this when it first happened. This pilot had to eject from the plane. Then the plane kept flying. So it flew for 60 miles without a pilot before it finally landed. Thankfully, no one was hurt. So the pilot ejected from the plane, and then he basically landed in someone's backyard and asked them to call 911.
We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is. It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
That's him calling for 911. He took the phone after the neighbor called.
Okay, what part of the body was injured?
Ma'am, I'm a pilot in a military aircraft, and I ejected. So I just rode a parachute down to the ground. Can you please send an ambulance?
Yes, sir. I've already told you they're on their way. I'm just required to ask these questions.
Yeah, so she has to go through the process, and the ambulance is coming. Now, the pilot, okay, obviously, he's able to walk into the house and help call 911.
How far did he fall?
I was at 2,000 feet.
Okay. Okay, and what caused the fall?
An aircraft failure.
An aircraft failure. It's just like, look, and basically, I understand the pilot's point. He was concerned about where that plane was going. He was basically saying, hey, look, we have to get moving on this. And oftentimes, when you eject from a plane like this, an F-35 fighter jet, it will turn off all of its transponders. So they do that intentionally for safety of the plane. If it's beyond enemy lines, per se, like things shut down to protect the intelligence that may have been gathered on this plane. Anyway, this thing kept flying. So that's the big question now is, okay, so if the plane was able to fly for 60 miles and couldn't find it for a couple of days, why did he eject in the first place? And that's one of the things that they're still trying to get their arms around and figure out and explain. One of the other issues,
lucky too, by the way, because that ejector out of those things, that could have knocked him out.
Right? Well, not only that, Debbie, they could have killed God knows how many people.
Mm-hmm.
But you're absolutely right. It actually reminded me of a totally different situation about that air show in Michigan a couple of weeks ago, where that old bomber, the two guys ejected, landed in a lake, and then the bomber hit like an apartment complex parking lot, and thankfully no one was seriously injured there. The same thing here, but one of the big questions now is, okay, there's been talk of a new $1.5 trillion plan by the Department of Defense to invest in more F-35 planes. And one of the questions is, okay, well, a lot of these always have maintenance issues, and there's always things like that. So, okay, is it really even worth that much money if these planes are having problems? It got me thinking about him landing in a backyard and how often something like that happens. Now, Brandon, did you say that this isn't, not the backyard per se, but like during training, it's not unheard of for someone to land somewhere else while training?
Absolutely not. Apartments, rooftops, trees, rivers, lakes. Those are all the ones I have seen.
Not where you have landed, but you have seen.
I have not landed. I had hard falls onto the ground, but I never thankfully landed in somebody's kitchen, which happened at one point.
Oh, boy.
We won't disclose that location, but that did happen. So yeah, it happens quite a bit actually, because when you parachute, you really don't have a whole lot of control of that.
Right, you're basically
you're kind of going. You have a little bit of steering control, but not as much as you would want.
I can imagine.
So wherever you're going is kind of where you're headed.
So more details yet to come on this mysterious fighter jet crash in South Carolina. Time now for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Right now, all stock futures are looking good. Everything is up. Of course, they open the bell here in 1 hour. It's time for the Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Planning Review. They're going to review, assess, and provide strategies you can use. Go to annexwealth.com/taxsmart. Hey, Eric Bilstead with WTMJ. Do you know the type of roofing company that I trust? One that would gladly tell me that I don't really need to replace my roof. I just need a roof tune-up. Tri-County Contracting does that. Tri-County Contracting offers roof tune-ups that include roof inspection, refastening, replacing some missing shingles. Is it affordable? Yes. Trust Tri-County Contracting's roof tune-up. Trust 45 years in Wisconsin. Visit TriCountyContractingWI.com.
This is WTMJ's Jeff Wagner for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattresses, here to tell you about Built Right's extended Labor Day sale, including in-stock items and special orders. Look, it's all about your comfort, your style, and your home at Built Right. 4 generations, 95 years strong. Built Right always saves you money. The 3rd and 4th generation family members are on hand working in the store along with their amazing team with over 400 years of experience. Thousands of items in stock, plus 500 mattresses. Special orders? Well, they're faster in 2023. Built Right has affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses for everyone from petite to plus size. USA made, small scale, Amish made, real solid wood furniture. Over 48 models of power lift recliners in stock. Free in-store design services too. Built Right, voted best place to shop and winner of the Home Furnishings Association's 2023 National Retailer of the Year. They're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, they're closed to be with family. When you get there, tell them WTMJ's Jeff Wagner sent you to locally and family-owned Built Right, 5430 West Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Earn points every time you shop with Fleet Rewards. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Sign up today and start saving with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
At 7:30, I'm Mike Spalding. Your top story, maybe just don't turn it up to 11.
I'm Debbie Lazica, southbound on 43, backing up a bit from Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 a little bit tight from Mitchell Boulevard through the Stadium interchange, but everything else seems to be moving along at a good clip. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly cloudy skies throughout the day today. A bit warmer, a bit humid as well. Chance for an evening shower. High this afternoon, 75. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 63 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, how loud is too loud? The mayor of Franklin, members of the Common Council, and the owner of the Rock Sports Complex will try and hash that out today. The Rock has been subject to several noise complaints from people who live near there and say that they can hear concert noises carrying across the community. TMJ4's Tom Durian.
Michael Zimmerman gave us a statement yesterday saying they were cautious to make changes until a study looking into the issue was finished. But now that that study is complete, they will work with community leaders on recommended changes. Now, this comes after County Supervisor Patty Logsdon drafted a resolution urging the county to take action against the noise complaints or possibly suing for damages. Neighbors say they clearly hear the speakers from as far as 2 miles away.
An emergency meeting set to be held today between the two sides. Republican state legislators, are attempting to impeach Wisconsin's election commissioner, Megan Wolf. In a petition being circulated by lawmakers, Wolf being accused of, quote, corrupt conduct in office or for crimes and misdemeanors. Many of those are related to the 2020 presidential election. The impeachment papers are being circulated a week after the state Senate voted to fire Wolf as head of the state's election oversight committee. In a statement, she called those allegations of misconduct, quote, irresponsible and not based in fact. Wisconsin State Superintendent Jill Underly giving her State of the Education address at the Capitol.
Dr.
Anderle called for changes to the state's way of measuring student success, including standardized testing.
They do not focus on the deep critical thinking skills that are so valuable for our students' future. We need to teach students not to determine their self-worth based on grades and test scores.
She also highlighted concerns raised by students on the state superintendent's youth council.
They want to see leaders address discrimination. They want us to incorporate innovative teaching practices and technology. And they really want adults to stop banning books.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And it may soon become more expensive to send your child to daycare. According to a survey taken by Forward Analytics, 9 out of 10 child care centers in Wisconsin say they plan to raise prices next year as a federally funded program called Child Care Counts is set to expire. Governor Tony Evers has advocated for the state to continue the program on its own. However, Republicans have argued that taxpayers shouldn't be on the hook to subsidize child care and have also offered up their own set of alternative options. Forward Analytics found that the yearly cost of sending a child to a daycare center is about $3,000 more than annual tuition prices at UW-Madison. And finding a cure has been a failed effort thus far. However, work surrounding treating Alzheimer's has improved leaps and bounds in the past decade or so. It also goes for recognizing the signs early on.
It's a disease that hits close to home for many, including WTMJ marketing consultant Nick Van Wagenen, whose dad died last year.
And that was the hardest part, was him not being able to just be home all the time.
But executive director of the Alzheimer's Association's Wisconsin chapter, David Grams, tells WTMJ now it's not exclusive to older folks.
There are people who are diagnosed earlier and earlier. We push hard to ensure that people talk to their doctor if they're having memory concerns or seeing memory concerns in a loved one.
He says some ways to prevent cognitive decline include lifelong learning and good nutrition. Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Traffic sponsored by Senix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Quality doesn't cost more at Sendix. This week, premium frozen cod loins are just $5.99 per pound. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Coming up, some names are just the worst. News sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy and Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Are you getting ready to send your kids back to school? Griffin's Back to School Service Special has got you covered. We know you've got a lot on your plate, so let us take care of your car maintenance hassles. For just $129.95, we'll pamper your car from bumper to bumper. Our expert team will change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, and give you a complete multi-point inspection. But that's not all. We'll make sure you stay cool during those hot school pickups by checking your AC and even changing your wiper blades and keeping your view crystal clear on those rainy days. Get peace of mind knowing your car is in top shape while you focus on what really matters, your family. Visit one of 5 Griffin dealerships today and take advantage of our back-to-school service specials before it's too late.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up, and we're getting ready. This is a great way to get involved in the community and support the 120,000 Wisconsinites living with Alzheimer's and other dementia, and the 191,000 caregivers. Learn more about the event and register your team at alz.org/walk. Join us at the Racine and Kenosha Walk to End Alzheimer's on September 23rd.
John Deere and Horicon is hiring press operators. Nothing beats their wage and benefits package. Full-time press operators pay no premiums for family health insurance, meaning they can take home hundreds more each month. With $23 to $25 per hour to start, a $1,000 sign-on bonus, annual wage increases, potential bonuses, 401k with company match, and more, nothing says you've arrived like a job at John Deere Horicon works. So apply now at deere.com/Horicon.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Hey, Brewers fans, the magic number is 2. They could clinch the division tonight. All the details coming up during Brewers 360 and Rick Schlesinger at 7:45. Well, this was not a surprise for me. However, the length of time it took does surprise me. Just 4 months after announcing that the hot dog-shaped Wienermobile was changing its name. Remember this? Back in, what was that, May, when they announced, okay, we're going to call it the Frankmobile.
Tough. That's a tough name.
I thought maybe 2 weeks they were doing this just as a, hey, let's everyone talk about this for a couple of weeks. You know, something like that Skittles would do or M&M's would say.
Yeah, like when they killed off Mr. Peanut or whatever it was, like a ploy, basically.
Yes,
yeah.
A marketing ploy, exactly. But no, it took them 4 months. But they're going back to the Wienermobile. The name change announced by Kraft in May was meant to pay homage to the brand's 100% beef franks and their new recipe. For fans of the original name, they were irate.
I can imagine.
Going to social media and complaining, because that's what we do. Here's what Oscar Mayer is saying. It's been a franktastic summer, but like you, we miss the wonderful icon. Help us welcome back the Wienermobile. So thankfully, we can all sleep well tonight. And knowing that we can call it the Wienermobile.
Did you say frankfully we can all sleep
hey,
tight tonight?
I should have said that. If I did, it was unintentional. But yes, so now it's back to being the Wienermobile. I don't know how many people called it the Frankmobile anyway.
0. There's no, when you see it, you're like, that's a Wienermobile.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
The number of people and emails we get from those who work there amazes me. We get press releases all the time because the Frankmobile is going to be around. I'm sorry. The Wienermobile is going to be around. It's going to be in Mequon. It's going to be in Milwaukee, wherever. And we'll get emails from the team that drives it, and they're all in character all the time.
I once got an opportunity to tour the Wienermobile when I was covering a story, and they're extremely serious about their roles. You're very correct. And about like the names of the items that are inside the Wienermobile. Like it's all very, like you have to be 100% bought in. So if you see them in the hot dog, what does it smell like? Normal. It's a regular vehicle.
Does it smell like casings? Smell like sausage?
No. There's like no air fresheners for hot dogs or mustard or anything like that. It's just like a regular car.
Well, it is now the Wienermobile once again. It's 7:39. This portion of the show is sponsored by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Steinhoffels is your sleep solution destination. Right now, you can get a Beauty Rest Black Hybrid mattress and pay just $51 per month when you use Steinhoffels 72-month financing. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Steinhoffels Furniture and Mattress Superstores has something for everyone. Shop great deals on quality living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture, mattresses, and more. Plus, you can use Steinhoffels special financing. Relax and start your shopping on steinhoffels.com today.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Upgrade and transform your current bathroom space with Sidex Window Siding and Bath. The best in the business is Sidex. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure. They're doing our project. Old tub shower is out. New, beautiful, state-of-the-art walk-in shower is going in as we speak. Seasoned design consultants with 30 years of experience, family-owned since 1988. As a matter of fact, Joe is honoring his dad's legacy with top-tier products and expert craftsmen. It's Sidex, the best in the business. It's Sidex.
Are you young, hardworking, and sick of living in an overpriced apartment? Or worse yet, your parents' basement? Are you tired of wishing you lived in a bigger place with a backyard for your kids to play? Are you sick of making offers on homes just to watch them slip away? If so, you need to call Speaker Robin Voss at 1-800-362-9472 and thank him for supporting the workforce and senior housing bill package, because help is on the way. In July, $525 million in funding for workforce and senior housing was signed into law, and Speaker Robin Voss's support helped make that happen. These laws will make a difference in putting Wisconsin's housing crisis behind us, developing new housing that Wisconsin's workforce can afford. It's time to thank Speaker Robin Voss. Just like you, everyone wants a backyard too. Paid for by the Wisconsin Realtors Advocacy Fund.
Traffic is sponsored by Trees on the Move. From planning to planting, it's Trees on the Move. We all look forward to outdoor living in Wisconsin. From planning to planting and everything in between, now is the perfect time to let Trees on the Move beautify your landscape.
7:41. So far, so good. Debbie Law's on a Friday.
Yep, so far, so good. Very typical stuff. We're seeing delays coming in from just south of Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive on southbound 43. A little bit tight on the northbound side, too, right in that same spot. Westbound 94 slowing down a little bit from just before 27th Street all the way through the stadium. Eastbound has pockets of heavy traffic from 76th Street to Hawley and then back on the brakes through the stadium interchange to about 27th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a chance for some spotty showers early in the day, otherwise becoming partly cloudy for our Friday. Humid out there still, highs in the mid-70s. We'll hold on to the cloud cover overnight as the lows dip back into the lower 60s. Partly cloudy for our Saturday, a slight chance for a few showers far west of Milwaukee, a high of about 75 degrees. Partly cloudy and less humid for Sunday, highs in the low 70s. A mix of sun and clouds for Monday, a high of 70. And we'll look for a slight chance of showers by Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now in Milwaukee, 69 degrees at 7:42. Wisconsin's afternoon news with Vince Vetrano. Vince is back Monday. Eric Billstead here along with Mike Spalding. David Laska's got your rose. Brandon Snide helping us out producing today. Greg also back on Monday. Emergency meeting will take place today in Franklin. This is over the Rock. And the audio coming from the Rock complex. It really it's been frustrating some residents over the past couple of years, but it really got into an issue this past weekend with the Tacos and Tequila festival that took place. There was some frustration actually from those who attended the festival, but also those who live near that area with some of the noise issues. So what do? You know, if you have this emergency meeting, the mayor, the developers there at the Rock, I mean, obviously a very successful development that everyone's, very happy with, or at least it has brought a lot to that area. So what can you do? I mean, there are ways to mitigate audio, but when you have such a large outdoor venue with like no walls or anything really, it'd be difficult to do. So it'll be interesting to hear what they come up with today. Obviously, they want to make this right and figure it out. But one of the stories you're going to hear later on today and into tonight will be how or what can be done to lower the noise levels coming from the Rock during some of their concerts and other festivals. Right now, 7:44, another big story you're going to hear about tonight could be the Brewers clinching the NL Central. It could happen tonight. Brewers 360 in 1 minute.
Hey, it's Greg Mansick for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, the destination to get more truck or SUV for your buck and more for your trade on a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, or a GM-certified pre-owned model during the Truck Month sale. Experience Team Holiday's genuine guest care and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Fans like me. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Get ready to fall into a new career at your favorite store. It's Fleet Farm's Fall Hiring Event. Work where you love to shop. Plus, get a 20% team member discount for you and your family. Stop in today for an immediate interview. There's no better time to work at your favorite store. So join the fleet today during the Fall Hiring Event. Apply at careers.fleetfarm.com.
Do you know how to find the best CD rates? Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Armstrong with Steinbrenner Financial and your Dave Ramsey Smart Vestor Pro. Tune into the Dave Ramsey program weeknights at 9 o'clock or visit steinbrennergroup.com to learn more.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Packers home opener Sunday at Lambeau Field. Packers and Saints, they kick off at noon. Aaron Jones on the practice field yesterday, so that's a good sign for the running back. Not good news, doesn't look like anyway, for receiver Christian Watson, Elton Jenkins, and David Bakhtiari. All of them not practicing as of now. Badger football, I should say. Tonight, the Wisconsin Badgers take on Purdue at Purdue. Kickoff is 6 p.m. And how about those Brewers? The magic number is now 2 to clinch the division. Brewers 360 now, sponsored by Holiday Automotive. You win one and you're in. You win two and you clinch the Central. Joining us now from the Milwaukee Brewers is Rick Schlesinger. Here we go, Rick. This is why we watch all those games. This is why we're fans, is for weekends like this.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's been a great run and some work to get done, but we thanks to the Pirates for helping us out. But I think we don't need help. We're focused on winning our games and winning the division, and then looking ahead.
So here's how this looks. There are the wild card, or I shouldn't say the wild card. The magic number works like this. So the number is 2, right? So the number to get in, you just have to win tonight, and you're in the postseason in some form. You win 2 and you clinch the Central, and then you host 3 games at AmFam Field.
That's right. So we're focused on winning the division, want to host that first series here and win that series and keep marching.
Rick, how many TVs are going to be on the Cubs game today in the office?
Well, yeah, we're going to be watching a lot. I will tell you, I am a scoreboard watcher. I don't know what the players are, but I admit it. I have one eye on the Cubs, one eye on us when we play, and if I had a third eye, I'd watch, what's going on with the Phillies or the Marlins or the Reds. But, this is fun. This is exciting, high tension, high drama, but, a chance for great excitement and, a miraculous run potentially. So a lot of fun.
So we got to get into some of the logistics here. So those who want to go to a game, I know it's not a done deal yet, but it's likely that the Crew will host 3 games at American Family Field. So that would be Tuesday, October 3rd, Wednesday, October 4th, and Thursday, October 5th. We don't know a start time for those games yet. It's a best-of-3 series at home. That's likely to happen. It's not a done deal yet, but it's likely. Tickets go on sale for those games starting today, right?
Right. So we've done a lot of pre-sales with season seat holders, so a lot of tickets have been sold. But at 10 a.m., people can buy single-game tickets for each of those games, and we encourage them to do that and also to buy parking in advance because parking does sell out, and these games will be a hot ticket. So it's a great opportunity for people who are not season seat holders to watch the action. And again, if you're not a season seat holder but you want to put a deposit on a season ticket plan for 2024, that guarantees you access to strips not only for the Wild Card Series, but if we're fortunate to advance to the Division Series, League Championship Series, and depending on the type of plan, the World Series. So a couple ways to get tickets, but obviously today at 10 a.m. is the key. Single game tickets on sale, so I know that's going to be fun for fans and a chance to see us play meaningful games in October.
Rick, outside of the actual tickets to get into American Family Field for the games, one thing that people ask us most about is the playoff merch.
Yes.
So say things get wrapped up tonight. When can people start expecting to see some of that stuff pop up at the team store?
Yeah, we will have gear starting tomorrow. If we are fortunate enough to have clinched, but we'll have gear as soon as the team officially clinches, and that's always fun. It's great. We have, we don't want to jinx anything, but we know it's important that when we do clinch that there's things that people can buy to celebrate the first achievement of what we hope will be many achievements this offseason or this postseason.
Well, Rick, got to say thank you, sir, for all the work that you do. You make a lot of people happy, and the run that the Brewers have had the last few years has been extraordinary. And I always say it to fans, when we get this close, when the magic number is this low, enjoy the moment, breathe it in, savor it, because it doesn't happen always.
Yeah, no, we're in a remarkable run of Brewer success, and we want to get to the ultimate, which is to win it all, and that's unfinished business. But every time you're in the postseason, it's an opportunity to achieve that dream. And if you look at history in baseball, teams that maybe not have thought about at the beginning as the best team, or maybe the team with the best record, doesn't always win it. So, once you're in the postseason, a lot of magic can happen, and that's what we're trying to get to.
Yes, sir. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Thank you.
Rick Schlesinger of your Milwaukee Brewers. The magic number is 2. If the Cubs lose this afternoon, the Brewers can clinch the NL Division, the Central Division, tonight.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Time for some fun in the Florida sun. Unless they close the roof on us.
And a drive out to left. This is high, deep, gone. Mark Canna.
The Hunt for Brew October, presented by Network Health and sponsored by Delta Dental and Annex Wealth Management, continues in Miami with coverage starting today at 5:05. 620 WTMJ.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Have you been thinking of updating your bath or shower? Well, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruberg Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruberg Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin plays at an MVP level. They came in ahead of time, make sure they had all of the measurements. When the Pella people left, you had no idea they had been here. You just had the new window. They're great professionals, Gina, and some of the best in the world at what they do.
Right now, pay as low as $19 a month per window or $75 per month on patio doors. Visit PellaWI.com today.
$6.99 APR for 120 months. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers end 9/30/2023.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Mark Tauscher in a second. First, traffic and weather. Hello, Debbie Lazaga.
Hello, Eric. Yeah, we are seeing some delays. Southbound 43 stretching from Hampton Avenue pretty much all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Locust. The northbound side slowing down from before Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. We've got eastbound 94 slowing down from 76th Street through the stadium. The westbound side very heavy and slow out of the Marquette all the way to about Hawley Road. Northbound 41 a little bit heavy from Wisconsin Avenue up past Watertown Plank. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Becoming partly cloudy today, humid. There is a chance for some spotty showers. A high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Saturday, slight chance for rain in the morning to the west. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a high of 75 tomorrow. Sunday, partly cloudy, less humid, a high of 71. Right now in Milwaukee, 70 at 7:54.
Idea Man.
You remember when Sammy Sosa missed games because he sneezed?
Innovator.
I can't ever imagine having to go into our trainer's office and say, hey, I can't practice today. I sneezed too hard. So I do the triple, I sneeze in small increments.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
That was kind of the catalyst for me always. The way I've changed my sneezing pattern was because of Sammy Sosa's injury.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News. Tausch, you in Indiana right now?
I am out in West Lafayette, baby. It's, I don't know, from a college city standpoint, it's definitely unique. Put it that way.
What does that mean?
Well, you just go to Ann Arbor, Columbus, Madison, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then there's West Lafayette. I'm not bashing West Lafayette. It's different. That's all.
All right. So it's the Badgers and the Boilermakers tonight at Purdue. Friday night game. That's a little unique too.
It is, and I was just telling Brandon, I've been, the high school sports scene, and I think high school football is made for Friday nights. And when the Big Ten announced that they're going to be doing some Friday night games, I was a stark critic. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't be doing that. And now selfishly with what I'm doing and being able to have a weekend off and being able to work from down here, I like it. So it's, again, I've evolved in my thought process as far as how it goes. It's going to be fun, but it's one of the only games in town. Friday night, you're going to have everybody watching, and I think it'll be a heck of a test. I think we're going to find out a lot kind of about where we're at and how you fit into the Big Ten and the Big Ten West in specificity when you're on the road and get a chance to kind of see where your team is since you just got through the quote-unquote preseason, 2-1. Where we're at now, I think it's going to be a heck of a test down here in West Lafayette.
Well, Tausch, of all the weekends, too, to have a Friday game, this one lines up perfectly because the Packers are home for the first time this season. It's a heck of a guest list for the weekend. I know the team always does it big for these quote-unquote opening nights. Are you going to be able to make it out there, maybe see some of your former teammates?
Unfortunately, well, I guess you can look at it from a different perspective. I actually get to go. Max has got hockey all weekend, so that's where I'm going to be on Saturday and Sunday. But it is awesome, and what I always enjoy is when you do get back for a game. Unfortunately, I've been able to get back to a bunch, being able to go see old teammates. And luckily for me, a couple of weeks ago, we had a great group of guys that I played with Jordy and Josh getting in. So it's always fun to get up there. And I did see that guest list, Jerry Kramer getting back, and Dave Robinson, some of the old Lombardi, and that's always one of the cool parts about the history and the tradition with what Green Bay does is have guys back and you get to sit and tell old stories, and unfortunately I won't be able to make it back this weekend.
A couple of linemen may not be playing on Sunday. We don't know quite yet with Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari. Is that a concern, you think?
For sure. I mean, I think anytime you take two of your best players and your best offensive linemen out, and especially, guys that are all pro caliber like Elton and like David, you have to kind of reconfigure things. I think the good part is you saw last week that they really go out there. David's missed a ton of practice, so you those guys are getting a lot of reps. But that's not going to be any excuse. It's obviously would be a lot better if both could be playing, but you have to make those adjustments. And I think the positive sign of that is hopefully Aaron Jones, we saw him practice yesterday, and if he can be out there, I always say running backs can make an offensive line look even that much better if you have a stud like Aaron Jones, and hopefully he'll be able to be out there against New Orleans on Sunday.
Packers and Saints, noon on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Badgers and Boilers tonight from West Lafayette. Mark Tauscher will have the call. Thank you, sir.
You bet, guys.
7:59. Time now for business headlines. It's Rich Kirchen.
New commercials called Save Baseball run during the baseball playoffs. The Home Crew Coalition of business and community leaders urges support for funding American Family Field repairs and projects. Haribo is making gummy bears in Pleasant Prairie and could make many more in the future. A company executive says Haribo plans a second phase expansion that adds 400 jobs. Also in Pleasant Prairie, cable and wire manufacturer Genesis is sold to Southwire Company of Georgia. Genesis was founded in 1996 and has nearly 200 employees. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Business headlines sponsored by Old National Bank. Get old.
Looking to do something new with your savings? Get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.15% annual percentage yield. Whatever you're saving for, Old National is here to put your money to work today. Earn 5.15% APY with our 9-month introductory money market offer valid through September 30th, 2023. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 out on deposit at Old National as of July 31st, 2023 within 15 days of account opening. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
Hi, it's Samantha with Heiser. The seasons are changing, and Heiser has you covered through every aspect of your vehicle's needs. Save money on new and used vehicles and get the exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes roadside assistance for life and loyalty discounts. We have certified techs for service and 2 body shops to help with any seasonal damage. So relax and be confident knowing we have you covered. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
This Brewers Top Moment is presented by Network Health.
April 5th, 2023, with the Brewers and Mets tied at 6 apiece in the bottom of the 9th, it was the Brewers rookie, yet again, Garrett Mitchell, coming to the plate, looking to send the home crowd home with a winner.
And the pitch. Hit in the air to right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Garrett Mitchell! He just
This Brewers Top Moment is presented by Network Health.
Hi, I'm John McGivern. If you're looking for a Medicare plan with freedom and flexibility, choose a Network Health Medicare Advantage plan. Plans start as low as $0 a month with $0 doctor visits and $0 prescription drugs, plus vision, hearing, and dental benefits. For 40 years, Network Health has been a trusted expert in making health insurance affordable and understandable. Don't wait. Call 833-7-NETWORK today.
Your hometown hub for everything that matters. The latest news, traffic, weather, and sports on Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:02, Eric Bill said this is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, September 22nd. Your top story, shutting it down after a shooting.
I'm Mike Spalding, fighting for a job in Madison.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. So far, moving along relatively smoothly. We do have some delays. Eastbound 94 from just about 76th Street through the Stadium Interchange to 27th. The westbound side's heavy from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound on 43, slowing from Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Northbound is going to be a bit backed up from about Kilbourne up to Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
There's a chance for a spotty shower today, otherwise becoming partly cloudy and humid, a high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Right now in Milwaukee, 70 at 8:03. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a gas station on Milwaukee's north side where a man was shot and killed by a security guard earlier this year could now close for good. TMJ4's Miriam McCarr.
After 35 days of spending day and night outside of this gas station, the family of Isaiah Allen say the first step in getting justice for their loved one is done.
I feel like our hard work didn't go unanswered.
The family has been advocating to get the Roosevelt and Teutonia gas station shut down for good after Allen was shot and killed by a security guard there for allegedly stealing snacks. On Thursday, the City of Milwaukee's licensing committee voting unanimously to revoke licensing.
A man who seriously injured a person after he struck them with an SUV on Brady Street earlier this month is now facing criminal charges. 30-year-old Marvin Thomas charged Thursday with hit and run and knowingly operating a motor vehicle with a revoked license. The police say that Thomas admitted to striking the victim before driving off. He is facing up to 20 years in prison.
Republican state legislatures are attempting to impeach Wisconsin Elections Commissioner Megan Wolf. In a petition being circulated by lawmakers, Wolf is accused of corrupt conduct in office for crimes and misdemeanors as the administrator, many related to the 2020 presidential election. In a statement, Wolf calls the allegations of misconduct irresponsible and not based in fact.
It may soon be more expensive to send your child to daycare. According to a survey taken by Forward Analytics, 9 out of 10 child care centers in Wisconsin said that they do intend to raise prices next year. This says the federally funded Child Care Counts program expires in January. Governor Tony Evers has long advocated for the state to continue the program on its own. However, Republican lawmakers have argued that taxpayers should not have to subsidize child care. They've also offered up several other alternative options.
The UAW strike against the big three automakers could expand beyond 3 plants if a contract agreement is not reached by noon today. More from CBS correspondent Jared Hill.
For a week now, nearly 13,000 UAW workers have been striking at 3 plants in the Midwest, pushing for better pay to match inflation as profits from the big three have soared.
Record profits year after year that you tout. Record profits year after year that we read in the news. But we don't get record contracts.
If a deal isn't reached today, more than 3,000 additional workers could begin walking the picket line.
Coming up, Succession. It's more than just a show.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures now open Saturdays 10 to 4.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Your first night camping alone. The new tent, fully set up. Your bug spray, barely keeping up. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you bought all those supplies and lost track of your spending, we had you covered. You got this with free overdraft protection transfers from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. And by everything, we mean top products by your favorite brands. From Blackstone to Blue Buffalo, Carhartt to Cooper, Milwaukee to Muddy, Scott's to Science Diet, DeWalt, Levi's, Purina, Husqvarna, Goodyear, Rapala, Vortex, and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Times 808.
President Biden looking to make a big announcement today to combat gun violence.
The first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention will be overseen by Vice President Kamala Harris. It's expected to streamline the government's efforts to reduce gun violence and make sure executive orders and new gun laws are properly implemented. President Biden is expected to make that announcement in the Rose Garden with law enforcement, survivors of gun violence, lawmakers, as well as some individuals that Biden met with as he mourned shootings from Parkland to Uvalde. Lionel Moise, ABC News.
The surge at the southern U.S. border with Mexico appears to be getting worse. The U.S. Border Patrol says about 9,000 migrants crossed the southern border this past Wednesday alone. In response, the White House announcing plans to send roughly 800 troops down to the border to help with processing.
One of the most prominent media moguls in the world is calling it a career. Rupert Murdoch stepping down as the head of the Fox News Corporation.
He may be 92 and is handing off the reins to one of his sons, but his former Murdoch editor, Mark Day in Sydney, says
he's announced that he's standing back, but in the same breath saying, well, I'm still here. And, if you follow the career of Rupert over the years, very unlikely that he'll take his hands off the tiller entirely.
The plan is for eldest son Lachlan to head the media firms, while Rupert Murdoch will become chairman emeritus. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:10.
This is WTMJ's Jeff Wagner for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattresses, here to tell you about Built Right's extended Labor Day sale, including in-stock items and special orders. Look, it's all about your comfort, your style, and your home at Built Right. 4 generations, 95 years strong. Built Right always saves you money. The 3rd and 4th generation family members are on hand working in the store along with their amazing team with over 400 years of experience. Thousands of items in stock, plus 500 mattresses. Special orders? Well, they're faster in 2023. Built Right has affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses for everyone from petite to plus size. USA made, small scale, Amish made, real solid wood furniture. Over 48 models of power lift recliners in stock. Free in-store design services too. Built Right, voted best place to shop and winner of the Home Furnishings Association's 2023 National Retailer of the Year. They're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday they're closed to be with family. When you get there, tell them WTMJ's Jeff Wagner sent you to locally and family-owned Built Right, 5430 West Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave. Don't treat yourself like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Adapt to the modern workplace. SmartSpacesWI.com.
How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Creating technology, great culture, spaces that people really want to come to, attract talent, and keep that talent.
SmartSpacesWI.com.
So it's been a Friday morning for you, Debbie Lazaga.
It has been.
It's nice.
Pretty standard stuff right now. We got, of course, our delays on 43 north and southbound through the construction zone. Basically, the northbound side slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. Southbound is slowing down right past Capitol Drive. And then it starts to open up by the time you make it past Locust. Then you're okay into the Marquette. Eastbound 94, a little bit tight from Hawley Road all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's cleared out relatively well. And then a couple pockets of heavy traffic on 41 northbound. One right past Watertown Plank, the other one right past Mayfair Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a chance for some spotty showers early in the day, otherwise becoming partly cloudy for our Friday. Humid out there still, highs in the mid-70s. We'll hold on to the cloud cover overnight as the lows dip back into the lower 60s. Partly cloudy for our Saturday, a slight chance for a few showers far west of Milwaukee, a high of about 75 degrees. Partly cloudy and less humid for Sunday, highs in the low 70s. A mix of sun and clouds for Monday, a high of 70. And we'll look for a slight chance of showers by Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now in Milwaukee at 8:13, it is 70 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. In for Vince Petrano, here's Eric Bilstad.
And a good morning to you. Vince is back on Monday. My thanks to Mike Spalding for sitting in. Debbie Lazaga on your roads. My thanks to Brandon Snide for producing the big show today, because Greg is also out today. No one's ever going to have kids again. No one's going to want to have kids.
Nope.
We already talk about this, right? We already hear so much about how the younger generation is just a little bit more unique and different, not always interested in having children and whatnot, which is fine, to each their own. But how in the world are any of them ever going to want to have kids when you look at some of the costs that we now have here? And I'm not sure how best to fix this. I know they're trying to figure this out in Madison, but a Wisconsin nonpartisan research group releasing a new study this week that details the state's rising child care costs. And here's what it says. In Priced Out, the Steep Cost of Child Care in Wisconsin, that's the name of it, Forward Analytics found the average annual cost of infant child care in Wisconsin was this: $13,000. $13,000. That amount greater than the $10,000 at the annual tuition at UW-Madison. So your tuition in Madison is less than it costs to take care of an infant child. Now, obviously, there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just one thing or two things. It's not just the nice swing that you can get for the kid to have, or the expensive blanket, or the little PPTPs that you get from your neighbor or whatever to celebrate your new kid being born. But obviously, there's a cost here that's crazy. What I don't understand is how in the world, A, is this ever going to be fixed? And B, who in their right mind would want to have a kid now? $13,000. I remember, Brandon, I don't know how you did it. Did you have daycare, or did you guys handle it yourself when your oldest ones were littlest?
No, we like my wife would just stay home.
Yeah.
It was because that's the part of it. Like, and this was, my oldest is 14, kind of like you. Like, years ago, it felt like it was expensive,
right?
And now it's obviously gotten worse. And I just never felt comfortable with the whole daycare scene. Now, there's a lot of great daycares out there, a lot of great individuals in that business, but it was just something we preferred to have our kids at home until school came around. And now, based off the numbers you're rolling out, I am thankful that our kids are all in school.
Right? Because they have some place to go. So, yeah, so we did daycare for a while and had a good experience with it, but then we finally realized we didn't like coming home to just like all of a sudden having these little kids at home after a long day of work and then having to like figure out dinner or figure out all this other stuff. So then we decided to go with a nanny. So we had a great nanny. She was amazing. So we had a very successful run there, but she did cost money, and we had her for several years, so that got a little pricey.
Did you compare it to daycare? How did it compare, nanny versus?
As far as price?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of depends, Because, Debbie, for a nanny, depends on how much you pay her. You might also need to figure out an insurance plan and taxes and whatever else there, too.
Yeah.
If they're not an LLC themselves or whatnot. So, like, there's just different things there that kind of come into play. So I think it was almost a wash for us.
Okay.
But that said, it was phenomenal because we could just come home and, and they're already there. And our nanny did do some house setup for us.
Oh, you're golden then. Your routine is good. I know it's expensive. It's got to be expensive because my 12-year-old daughter has her own babysitting business, and she's like charging $30, $40 an hour. And I'm like, when did this happen? I used to babysit for free because I got told to.
It was like $5 an hour.
Yeah, and you were like,
hour.
sweet, I got $20. I can buy whatever I want.
It's so funny you say that because my kid, my 12-year-old, just babysat her twin nephews a week ago, and my wife helped. My wife went over there, too, just to oversee, because this was like her first real...
Yeah, you don't want to put too much pressure.
Yeah, and she got $40.
Man, how many hours?
4 maybe.
Gosh, that's good money.
Boy, $40.
That's good money, yeah.
But your kid's doing it right, man. 20 or 30? I mean, what are you going to do?
It was like, Eric, it was probably 2 hours. I think they went out, it was a neighbor across the street, so she didn't have to really go anywhere.
Yeah.
And the kids, she's friends with the kids, so like they get along, they play. And she came home with like $60 and she was there for like 2 hours. I'm like, I'm going to start charging you rent.
Here's a text from Peter. I have 4 adult children in their 30s. 2 of them are indicating that they'll likely never have children. The other 2 are in no hurry. See, that's the other aspect of this. Grandparents oftentimes have been relied on. And there's a lot of studies in that now where grandparents are playing such a larger role in helping with their grandchildren that companies are even like adjusting toward that. Businesses are like, okay, do we need to give this grandparent graternity leave so they can spend time with this newborn that's their grandkid because they want to, because that's something the grandparent wants to do, but also because they almost have to because mom or dad can't handle it on their own. That's a whole different bag of worms right there. I am curious about this, though, Peter. Thanks for that text, because I am curious if we're seeing more of that, if it's anecdotal or not, that less and less people are interested in having kids. Like, are there grandparent wannabes out there that are now like, man, it's not going to happen. My kids are just not interested in that. And who knows, it could be a host of reasons why. But is it just because it costs too much? I mean, my goodness, these prices. 855-616-1620 on the Old National Bank talk and text line if you'd like to weigh in. Obviously, we always like to chat with people, too. 855-616-1620. If you got no grandkids coming, why not? If you have decided you're not going to have children, why not? We'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620. A couple other numbers here. Child care workers' median wage right now in 2022 was $26,000 in Wisconsin. That's the 13th lowest. So $26,000 median wage. So that plays a role too. In 2010, there were 20,000 child care workers. 10 years later, there were 5,000 less. So we dropped about 26% in 10 years on who's actually even doing child care work. So, okay, so you can't find anyone to help do the babysitting. You can't afford it anyway. And you also just can't afford all the things that come with having a baby. So who's having them? 820-855-616-1620 on the Old National Bank talk and text line.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
I feel like I'm a smart person most of the time.
See the world from his perspective.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. And in this case, I don't know if I'd say it was bliss, but I was definitely ignorant.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
I kind of went with the attitude of don't even have your phone with you. They can't call you, and they can't cut you.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by your Wisconsin Chevy dealers. Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services. And now, time for the Matzik Morning Minute. Take it away, Greg Matzik.
With 9 games to play, the Milwaukee Brewers' magic number to clinch the NL Central Division is 2 after a 6-0 shutout win over the Cardinals on Thursday, coupled with the Cubs' loss to the Pirates. The Cubs have lost 7 of their last 8. Milwaukee begins a 3-game series against the Marlins tonight on the road. Coverage gets underway at 5:05 on WTMJ. Packers running back Aaron Jones returns to the practice field in a limited fashion. He missed last week's game against Atlanta and is questionable for Sunday's home opener against the Saints. For Jordan Love, it'll be his first start at quarterback at Lambeau Field in a regular season game.
It'll definitely be a little bit more juice, I think, going out there, a little bit more excitement. First time being a starter there, so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
The Packers are 1-1. The Saints, behind a strong defense, are 2-0. And in college football, the Badgers begin Big Ten play tonight. UW on the road to face Purdue for a 6 o'clock kick.
The Matzik Morning Minute, sponsored by Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
Hey, it's Greg Matzik for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. Drive inspired this fall, winter, and beyond in a new all-wheel drive Mazda or Mazda certified pre-owned model. Get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade. Enjoy their simplified buying approach and warm, genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State, and I'm one of them. Find yours and discover the difference during the SUV season sales event at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and you gotta love finding change in the junk drawer, or even better, a 20 in your laundry or pants pocket, right? But the best source of extra cash may be in the walls of your home. All right, wait. Now, put down the sledgehammer and tap into the value of your house by setting up a home equity line of credit and experience a state of tranquility knowing funds are there when you need them. Get started at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Aristotle said, happiness is the highest good.
Who?
And Socrates said, the only thing I know is that I know nothing.
You're being philosophical today.
What can I say? The Henry sofa from Penny Mustard brings out the scholar in me.
The Henry sofa would be found tucked away in an old room filled with floor-to-ceiling books.
It has an old-school academia vibe.
Leisure is the mother of philosophy. Thomas Hobbes.
The rolled arms and beautiful scallop back give it a distinguished look.
And the extra wide cushions help your posterior feel less wearier.
Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something.
Who said that?
Plato.
Oh, I love Play-Doh.
You do?
Sure, I played with it as a kid.
The Henry sofa, starting at just $51 a month with only 1 penny down and no interest till September of 2027. Through September 24th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Upgrade and transform your current bathroom space with Sidex Window Siding and Bath. The best in the business is Sidex. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure. They're doing our project. Old tub shower is out. New beautiful state-of-the-art walk-in shower is going in as we speak. Seasoned design consultants with 30 years of experience, family-owned since 1988. As a matter of fact, Joe is honoring his dad's legacy with top-tier products and expert craftsmen. It's Sidex, the best in the business. It's Sidex.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Rich Lawns.
Rich Lawns Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlawns.com when you're due for service.
How are the roads there, Debbie Laska?
Oh, not too bad. We're seeing a bit of a backup along southbound 43 from Capitol Drive, almost to Sutter Street, so it's not too far. The northbound side is a little bit backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about the Capitol Drive area. East and westbound 94 eased up nicely. We're back to normal there, and also 41 north and southbound, even on the bypass, looking pretty smooth. I'm Debbie Laska with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
See, that's the idea. I think we just came up with something here. Wisconsin's Morning News with Vince Vetrano. Vince is back Monday. Eric Billstead here, along with Brandon Snide, Debbie Lazaga. I think the plan should be become a babysitter. It's like, that's really what we should all do. If your 12-year-old is making $40 an hour being a babysitter, your 12-year-old's doing it right. Man, why not that? If you're retired or if you want to retire early, why not just start being a babysitter? Make all your money there because people are looking for it. So we're getting all kinds of texts here on the Old National Bank Talk and text line 855-616-1620. 2 things stick out to me, Brandon, from what I'm seeing on the text line here. One is there's a lot of people not having kids saying, hey, either my adult children are not having kids or there's some other texters are saying, no, why would I have children? It's crazy costs. So they're just not having kids. That's the one thing I'm picking up here off the text line. The other thing is just how expensive it is. And if it's so expensive for childcare, then man, maybe I should get into that racket.
Where's Mike? I got to put my 2 weeks in.
Yeah, like seriously, like all it takes, I mean, man, all you need to do is hang out with the kid for a little bit, maybe pop on the TV for 3 hours.
and my daughter's smart with it, so she paid, gosh, I forgot what the amount was, but it's an online course, so you get a certificate.
Yeah, Yep, my kids.
So she can go to people and be like, look, you could have a babysitter, but are they certified through CPR and 911?
Correct.
Doing all that stuff. So it's a business, and she's doing the right thing. I mean, it's a good amount of money for going to the neighbor's house to play Barbies.
From the 262, my daughter's 28. She has friends that won't have kids because of the cost and how hard it is to live on one income. Others saying something similar to that. Others saying how much they pay right now for childcare, and it's just these crazy prices. This one texter says, how about using a robot instead to watch the kids? Well,
why are you laughing at me?
That may happen sooner than you think. Carl says, if you can't afford kids, don't have them. Well, yeah, that's the point. A lot of people aren't anymore. This millennial texted in saying that they have 5 children. They've always stayed home with them. Now they homeschool the ones that are school age. It was a great decision because some decisions aren't financial. They only have one childhood, so why not be there for them? So good for you. Good on you to be able to do that. Yeah. I think what I've learned today is that if people are paying that much for childcare, Brandon, Debbie, we are in the wrong business.
That is the racket.
I have a feeling that we could set up something even next week.
We could babysitting at Wisconsin's Morning News. Bring your kid in. We'll talk about the Brewers. It's so much fun. You can watch Vince shoot his paper balls into the garbage can. He misses 95% of the time.
You can help clean up those?
You can help clean up. We have coffee. We have espresso for the little ones.
We have hot chocolate, too.
Get them rolling. Mm-hmm. There's some snacks. We can make it work. We can make it happen. The key, though, is, Eric, is you got to have an older child like I do and you do so that when they turn 13, 14, you don't get paid. You're babysitting. And we are going to dinner.
Yes.
And you are not. What about my money? Did you take a hot shower? Did you eat dinner last night? Right. How's your bed feel?
You get to live.
I let you stay here. That's your payment for watching the younger ones. Yeah. You're right. That's the key. That's the pyramid scheme there of having more than one kid so they can watch the younger ones. Here's Ben on the south side. He says, millennial here. My wife and I have 4 children. My wife had to stop working and become a stay-at-home mom. Good on her, too, if it's something that you're able to do. But this is something that, obviously, there's been a lot of talk in Madison about what to do with this type of thing. There was a special session being discussed. Lawmakers have been discussing different things on how to make some of this more affordable. But really, this is an opportunity, and I mean that sincerely. Like, this is an opportunity. If the number of child care workers is significantly dropping, and there's still a demand, and it's super expensive to be able to find child care, then if you're good hanging out with a couple of kids, watching a couple of kids, maybe you're retired and you want to just watch a couple more. You don't have to charge for your grandkids, but maybe you charge on the others. Just have a couple there. Figure out what the licensing is. Good to go. Making a little extra money. Let's make it happen. Let's be entrepreneurs. Let's get those robots going and figure this all out. That's just one idea.
Stop laughing.
Yeah. 8:29 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
Getting a couple of texters on the text line now, upset that we're talking about how much money it can cost to have a babysitter. Ryan texted in, I really hope our babysitter isn't listening to this segment. Another texter saying, hey, shut up. My babysitter's going to ask for more money now. Okay. Speaking of being at home, if you're near your house or walking out of your house or you're going to be outside at some point today, take a look at that roof. How does it look right now? Is it time, as we're getting into the colder season, to make sure your roof is good to go? There's one place that'll help you with that. That's Tri-County Contracting. Tri-County Contracting offers a roof tune-up. Super affordable, $650 for any home, any roof, $650, and they'll give you a roof tune-up. They'll do the inspection, they'll refasten or replace the missing shingles, they'll put in some new rubber collars if that's what you need, the plumb venting pipes, that type of thing, the new caulking, the loose nails. They do it all, and now is the time to do it before we hit that ugly winter that's just a couple of months away. Tri-County Contracting and their worry-free roof tune-up. The time is now. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com is the website. This company is great. It's a family-owned company, been around for 45 years. This is the place you want to go to trust that your roof is being taken care of. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. We won't stop fighting for you and your family. Gruber Lofts, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 and Layton Avenue, 23rd and Lincoln. Great stores, great cause, and unbelievable bargains. You're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
8:30, I'm Eric Bilstead. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, September 22nd. Your top story, how loud is too loud?
I'm Debbie Loziga, southbound on 43, backing up from just before Capitol Drive and stretching down in pockets all the way to about Burleigh. The northbound side slowing from North Avenue up to Keith. And that's it. Everything else looking good. I'm Debbie Loziga with you. WTMJ, Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
There's a chance for a spotty shower, otherwise becoming partly cloudy. Humid today, a high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Right now in Milwaukee, 70 degrees at 8:33. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center. So how much noise is too much? That could be hashed out during an emergency meeting today in Franklin, when the city's mayor meets with the Rock Center Sports Complex owner to discuss a number of noise complaints that have been around the facility. TMJ4's Tom Durian.
Michael Zimmerman gave us a statement yesterday saying they were cautious to make changes until a study looking into the issue was finished. But now that that study is complete, they will work with community leaders on recommended changes. Now, this comes after County Supervisor Patty Logsdon drafted a resolution urging the county to take action against the noise complaints or possibly suing for damages. Neighbors say they clearly hear the speakers from as far as 2 miles away.
Republican state lawmakers are attempting to impeach Wisconsin Election Commissioner Megan Wolf. In a petition being circulated by lawmakers, Wolf is accused of corrupt conduct in office for crimes and misdemeanors, many related to the 2020 presidential election. Now, in a statement, Wolf called the allegations of misconduct irresponsible and, quote, not based in fact. The state of education in Wisconsin is a hot topic in the capital.
Wisconsin State Superintendent Dr. Jill Underly spoke to diversity and inclusion in public schools.
Visit any classroom. They are the most diverse communities in our state. It's a function of their age group and our inclusive public education system.
Dr. Underly said safety and acceptance should not be political or controversial.
Also, it bears remembering that the safety of all kids is a requisite for every kid, and creating safety for LGBTQ+ kids is not controversial. It's the bare minimum.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
There's no cure yet, but there is progress on treating Alzheimer's.
Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association's Wisconsin chapter, David Grams, tells WTMJ now a new drug just approved in July by the FDA is the first.
It actually treats the underlying biology of Alzheimer's. This is a moment decades in the making.
The drug will be covered by Medicare, but Grams says early diagnosis is still key to treatment.
Changes in memory, changes in thinking, or even behavior are all cases where if it's disrupting daily life, really, we advise people to talk with your doctor about it.
Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Time now for news about your money in the WTMJ NX Wealth Management Market Update. Mixed bag as the bell opens. The Dow is down 12 to 34,057. The NASDAQ opening up 52, and the S&P is up 9. It's time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to nxwealth.com and click the Get Started button today. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:36.
Psalm 27 speaks of the push, the place, and the impasse to the high ground. There are many things that could potentially block your path to that place of prayer and peace with God. But I think the many things come down to one thing. You and I aren't desperate enough, are we?
Dr. Michael Ziegler, this week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You know, I played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. And by everything, we mean top products by your favorite brands. From Blackstone to Blue Buffalo, Carhartt to Cooper, Milwaukee to Muddy, Scott's to Science Diet, DeWalt, Levi's, Purina, Husqvarna, Goodyear, Rapala, Vortex, and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You ever ask yourself the question, what do I want to be known for? Do you know the answer? Are you in the right place to realize those aspirations? If not, LAK's Career Fit program can get you there. They'll work with you to create a roadmap to get you on a trajectory toward career fulfillment and renewed meaning in life, so you can truly discover what you were meant to do. Find out more about Career Fit. Visit transformingcareers.com. LAK Group, discover your human advantage.
Wisconsin's morning news. The picket line and the walk continue in Hollywood.
This is us saying the deal's not right yet.
Justine Bateman there, actress and a writer, but it looks like they're close. They're going to return to the negotiating table today, the writers are, with the studios. And it seems like things are moving in the right direction.
The rumors were flying fast and furious Thursday. A deal is close, could happen in hours, but that never materialized. What we do know is that the WGA and the studios, represented by the AMPTP, talked for hours Thursday into the evening. And for a second day, the talks included the heads of Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, and NBC Universal. We also know that talks will continue Friday, the longest stretch of in-person negotiations since the strike started in May.
Hey, so we got that. This is the longest stretch of actually conversing with one another. If this goes another week, it'll be the longest writer strike in history. The good news is the fact that the heads of Disney and Netflix are there would indicate that they're moving in the right direction and they're close. But as of now, Bateman and the others still on the picket line.
As long as it takes. As long as SAG or WGA and SAG leadership says we need to, that's what we're going to do. Because these companies have nothing without us. What is Netflix without all of our work? A website. Just a website.
Soon they'll be holding hands again, though, and all will be well. But yeah, so nothing yet from the writer's strike. Hey, moving on quickly, just a quick reminder. We were talking about this earlier today. There's a lot going on with your Milwaukee Brewers. They could clinch tonight They could clinch the NL Central Division tonight. So the magic number is 2. And because of that, that means if they win and the Cubs lose, the Central is theirs. So here's what we need. So the Cubs play this afternoon. They're at Wrigley Field, and they play the Rockies. So if the North Siders lose, then you'll know right away that tonight could be a big night for the Crew. Now, to get into the postseason at all, the magic number is 1. So if the Cubs win and the Brewers win, then at least they clinch that they're in. So you have that going for you. I mean, do you celebrate when you just clinching to get in? I mean, is that...
Yes.
Are you popping bottles?
Yeah, it's a long season. There's a lot that goes into it. Matt Arnold sounded like he was all about it.
Yeah, you're right. He did tell us yesterday that, hey, yeah, you're going to celebrate when you want to celebrate, right? And he said he would enjoy the sting of the champagne.
Do you ever feel bad for, like, if you're a Miami Marlins employee and you're like, the Brewers just won, so now we got to clean up after them?
Can you imagine how much that must smell in there?
It's got to be awful.
Just the champagne and the Coors Light and whatever else spilled.
Yeah, if it's your own team, that's
smoke.
different, but a visiting team, like, oh.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, that could happen tonight for the Crew, and we'll know right away. We'll know before they start tonight. They're in Miami. They play the Marlins. 5:40 start time for the first pitch. We'll know by then whether or not it's potentially an NL Central clincher because, of course, the magic number is 2 and the Cubs play this afternoon. The other thing to remember is that single-game ticket sales start today, 10 a.m. for the Wild Card Series. Now, this isn't in the bag yet, but it's very, very likely that the Brewers will host a 3-game Wild Card Series, so best of 3, all at home at AmFam Field. That would be August 3rd through the 5th. So that's a Tuesday through Thursday. They'd host all 3 games, a Game 3 if they would need one. And we don't have a time yet on that. We don't have ideas of when those games will start. It really depends on who they play. But that is likely to happen. It's not set yet, but it's likely to happen. So that would be October 3rd through the 5th, AmFam Field, Brewers and whoever they would play all 3 games right here at home. So tonight could be the night the Brewers clinch the NL Central. Oh, wait, I should also point out, Rick Schlesinger told us that you can expect merchandise fairly quickly, too. So what I would anticipate is that if they clinch anything tonight and then going into this weekend, keep an eye on our website, but also brewers.com, because they'll tell you right away when that merch is available.
Yeah, and all the social medias, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
On all the shops and all that, the Brewer store, they'll tell you when that's available because they're ready to get it out there. 8:43, where was this 911 call from? That story next.
Hi, I'm Tom Hignite. Home shopping, home building, architecture loving. You may not be hearing my voice again for a while, so hear this. Because I've designed and built over 2,500 artistic homes of all sizes, shapes, and budgets from Kenosha to Fond du Lac. From old world to ultra contemporary, I've built multi-million-dollar projects, and right now, I've developed a 4-bedroom home from just $285,000 complete on your lot. But here's the sad part. This is the final weekend to see 2 of the most fun and unusual homes you will ever see now or can see this Saturday and Sunday. 12 till 4, bring your imagination for one final look at my Tomorrow Ranch and Tall House. At 830 Sky Park Drive in Hartford, I built 17 unusual Danish contemporary homes in this one exotic neighborhood. Again, 830 Sky Park Drive, Hartford. Call Jackie now, 262-628-9091. We're a Miracle, a Christian-based company.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. You know the front door to your small business? It's not the door. It's the parking lot. And if it's all banged up and potholed, that is not the first impression you want to give to your valued customers. Fix it up or rebuild the whole thing with Johnson & Sons Paving. They do everything in-house. They help you design your project, and they even mix their own asphalt. Plenty of Johnsons over there, but no subcontractors. You get Johnson & Sons Paving every step of the way. One-stop shop for projects of any size. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hassleus.
No! I ask one question, and you pounce and pressure me to buy a mattress I don't want.
But
you're all alike. What are you looking for? Firm or soft?
You know.
Back off, man!
Hassleus mattress showrooms are employee-free.
No salespeople?
And through Monday, get an extra $200 off in instant savings on Beautyrest, Certa-Perfect Sleeper, or Sealy Posturepedic.
I do have a question.
Shoot.
Where have you been my whole life?
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hassleus.com.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
All right, Debbie Losgan.
All right, then. We've got delays northbound on 41, just north of North Avenue up to about Capitol Drive. Pretty much, your typical stuff for this time today. Southbound, a little bit heavy right through the Capitol Drive area. We do have a broken down vehicle on southbound 4394 just as you're heading over the high-rise bridge. It is out of traffic on the right shoulder, so just heads up with that. Hey, you can help out your fellow commuters. You can report accidents and slowdowns to the Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda to support their Drive Out Cancer event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy, humid today. There's a chance for a spotty shower, a high of 75. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 63. Weekend looks pretty good. Highs in the mid-70s. Maybe a slight chance for rain tomorrow morning to the west. Going to check in with Steve Scafidi here before his program starts in about 5 minutes. I want to check in and ask him about the emergency meeting that's taking place in Franklin today over the music, the loud noises coming from the rock. But first, this story, the 911 call that this dispatcher just wasn't expecting.
We got a pilot in the house. And I guess he landed in my backyard, and we were trying to see if we could get a ambulance to the house, please.
I'm sorry, what happened?
What was that you said there?
I'm sorry, what happened?
Yeah, so a pilot, you've heard this story. This is the pilot of that F-35. This was in the Carolinas. Flying his F-35, had an issue, ran into problems, and ejected from the aircraft. Then the fighter jet continued to fly. And it ended up landing like some 60 miles away. It took them a day to find the fighter jet after he had ejected from it. But now we're finally hearing some of the 911 call. Basically what he does was he jumps out of the plane, parachutes down, lands in someone's yard in North Charleston, and then asks for help. They call 911, and he talks to the dispatcher.
We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is. It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
Yeah, so he was worried there. He's like, I don't know where the plane is, and it's going to crash somewhere. He's worried about people getting hurt or maybe even killed. But the dispatcher, of course, is going through the process. She can't really quite comprehend it.
How far did he fall?
I was at 2,000 feet.
Okay. Okay, and what caused the fall?
An aircraft failure.
An aircraft failure. So she's going through, the questions she needs to ask him. He's trying to make sure that someone is finding where this plane is because no one is flying it.
Okay, what part of the body was injured?
Ma'am, I'm a pilot in a military aircraft, and I ejected, so I just rode a parachute down to the ground. Can you please send an ambulance?
Yes, sir. I've already told you they're on their way. I'm just required to ask these questions.
Yeah, sir, we have to go through this process. Now, how far did you fall? Anyway, obviously the pilot is okay. Thankfully, no one was injured or killed. They did find the plane, like I said, 60 miles away. The question is, okay, so how did no one know where this plane was, and why did he eject from it? And if he had to eject from it because of mechanical failures, how was it able to fly for another 60 miles? Anyway, they were able to find it. Typically what happens from these F-35s, or at least from what I can understand, is when a pilot ejects from one of these military aircrafts, different transponders and different things, intel turn off because obviously they want to protect any intelligence that was taken from the plane. So that stuff gets wiped out. But why did this happen? Why did he eject? And thankfully, like I said, no one was hurt. The other question that got me thinking about, and Brandon, I asked you about this because being a vet, you've seen or at least heard from some of this. Someone randomly landing or parachuting into someone else's property during a training exercise, isn't that unique?
No, it actually happens more than people realize. I've personally seen it in apartments, in a kitchen. You don't have control. I mean, you have a little bit of control. You can steer left and right. You can brake a little bit. Technology has advanced that a tiny bit, but depending on where the wind takes you, is where you're going.
Now, when you say you've seen it personally, were you the one that landed in the kitchen?
I am not. Okay. I did land on my backside, and it put me out for about 2 weeks. But thankfully, that's as far as the injuries have gone for me. I have not landed anything. I've saw people land in lakes, rivers. I told you earlier this morning when we were talking in a power line in North Carolina, so they had to call the emergency line and get the power shut off. Lakes, rivers, bushes, trees.
Jeez. All right. So maybe this guy's seen a parachuter in his backyard before.
Yeah, it's probably there's another one. Call 911.
Thankfully, no one seriously hurt.
I'm sorry, what happened?
Hey, coming up next, before we get to 9 o'clock, Steve Scafidi is going to jump in here. I want to ask him about this emergency meeting that's taking place today in Franklin. That's next.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your way inside the huddle. Hit one, hit two, without putting on any pads.
Hike.
It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
No one's going to feel sorry for you. Matt LaFleur likes to tell us that all the time. No one's going to say, oh, well, these poor guys, they have all these rookies. We're going to take it easy on them. Nobody's going to do that.
Every day of the regular season at 4:15, it's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ.
Radio Guy Emeritus Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. Enjoy summer while it lasts, folks, because you know it's coming down the pike. Cold weather and high heating bills. It's not too soon to start thinking about new windows and doors from Hometown. They have options that fit every home, every style, and every budget, even yours. Their huge New Berlin showroom has the area's largest display of replacement windows, doors, and patio doors from national brands like Anderson, Pella, Marvin, Softline, and more. In wood, Fibrix, fiberglass, and vinyl, with scads of features including, wonder of wonders, blinds inside the glass. What's more, Hometown offers you dedicated project consultants with products installed by Hometown's own employee carpenters. Stop in today or call 414-329-1200 or go to hometownwindows.com. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need.
Sharpen your investment and retirement strategy at the Annex Wealth Management Navigating the Markets presentation. What are the headwinds for portfolios in excess of $1 million? Will the long-awaited recession actually happen? And what can you do to calibrate your portfolio? Navigating the Markets takes place in Mequon September 26th and Brookfield October 5th. These premier events are open to everyone. Complete details and sign up at annexwealth.com/events. The American economy is at a critical juncture. What's next?